Sheep of the family, I know they really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them panties. The black sheep of the family, know they really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them Zannies. Black sheep of the family, I know they really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them panties. The black sheep of the family, know they really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them Zannies.
He said he gon' slide, okay. Guess he wanna die, okay. I'ma walk him down, stand on top, and I'ma shoot his face. I just fucked that nigga's bitch, I did not know that was his back. How you wanna play?
Election time.
I don't wear cape.
Election time.
Hold the will to hit the crib and feed me grapes. Feed me grapes. I be smoking so much ops, I hit the wood, go outer space. Catch an op, show no remorse, I wear all black just like I'm Blade. Pull up on option, throw grenade or cut his throat.
Black sheep of the family, I know they really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them panties. The black sheep of the family, know they really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy. Black sheep of the family, I know they really can't stand me.
Lucci on that beat, black sheep on the back, black sheep, baby.
For the family, know they really can't stand me.
You know we playing around with that. That come out though.
I deserve me them Zannies.
Yeah. Spoke ass. You in the building?
What's going on, everybody?
Matrix minded. Let's get it. Yeah. Black sheep of the family. And it really can't. Yeah. What we doing today? Hey, shout out to Rob Mid. It is election day, so we out here right now in these streets trying to make something happen. We know what's going on. We ain't tripping. We know what it is.
Really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy.
If you here tonight, you with us. Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy.
So we got some things going on tonight. This is $2 Tuesday. Y'all know what it is.
Stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them panties. The black sheep of the family, know they really can't stand me.
This gonna be hard, boy.
Grammy, and I deserve me them Zannies.
He said he gon' slide, okay. Guess he wanna die, okay. I'ma walk him down, stand on top, and I'ma shoot his face. I just fucked that nigga's bitch, I did not know that was his back.
Yeah.
You wanna play? Don't say no.
Listen, we out here doing it, man. It is election. It is election day. It is the election day. It is election day. We got a lot going on today.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. So we're going to definitely get into elections because we know what time it is. Elections are over at 8 o'clock. So it is 6:30 now. We're probably going to rock out for a little bit and then tap into the live, watch the live, discuss the live, what we watch and see how it's going down.
But for those of you who haven't gotten to the polls yet, as long as you're there by 8 p.m. and in line by 8 p.m. and you talk to the people, tell them you're in line, you can still be there to cast your vote. And a lot of people get out late. So just understand that just because it's 6:30 doesn't mean I am not going to be able to vote. Go vote. I voted. Where my little step at? Oh, I had it right here. Mira que yo voted. I voted.
Hey.
And I recorded it.
Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that made it out to go vote today. If you're a voter, shout out to you for voting. The polls have been having a lot of disruptions, a lot of things going on with the polls. We're going to definitely talk about a little bit of that. But first and foremost, we must get into the podcast news. So let's go ahead and jump into today's topics. This is the podcast, $2 Tuesdays reaction. You know what it is. It's the podcast reaction news report. We're going to get into some news. We're going to get into the elections today. But this is the podcast, right? I said P.O.E, not P.O.E, but P.O.E, P.O.E, provide official entertainment, provide official education for the people on Earth. And as we know, everybody on this planet, not from this planet. We're going to talk about the convictions, man, in the city, man. Jam Bland, man, L.A., man. We're going to talk about that. Daquan Smith, man. They got, man, Hakeem Demi, man. We can talk about that, a little bit of that, go through that a little bit. Then we're going to jump into Buckshot Shorty, man, getting the pow beatings, as Lil Wayne says. We're going to talk about that. Rest in peace to Quincy Jones. We're going to play a little bit about Quincy Jones. And then, of course, we're going to jump straight into the elections because it is live and nobody wants to be sitting here and not watching the election. So we're going to be watching the elections with you, about surround to, whoever we got to go. And we're going to do more. So shout out to us. We are here. Okay, so
we're here.
How was your voting experience?
I was so excited. I was so giddy. You know how I get. I was like,
yeah. Was it packed?
Don't you ever?
Surprisingly, no. Pero when I went in, I had to go because there's like it was 4 different tables set up, so you had to make sure you're going to your right district. Yeah, you have to go to your right district. So for my district and my line, there was only 2 more people ahead of me, and then once I did the thing, I signed the paper and everything like that. They gave me the little card. There was 2 people in front of me to vote, and then I went in, I voted, and when I was done, I was super excited. I did my little through the little machine, and then after I did that, I turned around and the line was out the door. I was like, oh.
Okay, you got out there to vote. And listen, again, it is the thing
and
about these districts.
They help you with everything, and just in case you don't know what you're doing, they help you. They like literally, it's a touch screen. It's very easy. If you're not sure, you cannot go wrong. Like my grandparents voted. Come on, y'all, get out there and vote.
Okay, so you said about the district. So, so did they go by your mailing address or go by your license?
So it depends on. Well, your license should be your mailing address. So that's what you go based upon where you live at, basically. Okay. And I went and did it, y'all. And my abuelito and my abuela, they did it too. They were so cute. Yeah. Abuelo was like, ¿Tú fuiste pa' vote? I was like, abuelo. And I showed him my little sticker. And he was like, I'm going right now. I was like, go, go, go. He was so excited. And he came back and he was, his chest all poked out and stuff. And I was like, abuelo, you voted? And he was like, yes, I voted.
Hey, listen, shout out to everybody who made it out there to vote, who's a voter. Shout out to you. I heard there was a lot of craziness at the voting, a lot of Trump supporters acting very ignorant and honorary at the places.
So what I found out, well, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but what I found out is you are not even supposed to be within 100 feet, I believe it is, of the polling places, like wherever your I keep saying dato because I don't know what to call it, like your polling station or whatever, I guess.
Polling station.
Yeah, wherever that's at, you're not allowed in 100 feet. Like saying with Trump signs, with Kamala signs, stuff like that. You're not supposed to be doing that.
All right, so no picketing.
You're not
and
supposed to be wearing shirts to go vote. People still do it, but you're not supposed to be. Yes, you're not supposed to. And some people actually get turned away and tell them you cannot wear that. You need to come back with something different. Some people didn't care. Some people were able to wear their shirts or whatever in support of who it is. But I voted.
Hey, well, shout out to Ramiz, shout out to Cairo. Oh, why do I always say her name wrong? I always say Cairo. Shout out to Cairo, man. Shout out to Will in the building right now. Again, like I said, because we know that it's election day, we are definitely going to be jumping over there at elections. Shout out to everybody that's in YouTube. Shout out to Flashback. Everybody that's over there on YouTube. If you don't want to watch on your phones on Facebook, you're definitely over there on YouTube. You see it down there. Just go to the podcast called Hard Facts. You'll see that logo of me. Maybe me and her. Go ahead and tap over there. While you're over there, hit that like, hit that share if you want to hit the share. But at least hit that like, or at least hit the don't like. Give us some type of action over there. But yeah. So today's news, we're gonna start off with Cumberland County. Well, let's just talk about this today. Let me just go ahead and stop that for a minute. So there was a sentencing today. I know a lot of people have been talking about this case with the shooting at the football field with Joseph Jones. So the trial was yesterday. Unfortunately for the defendants who are innocent until proven guilty, they were found guilty yesterday, and they were found guilty relatively fast. So, I mean, again, let me go take you over here to see, just you can see the picture that I actually had put up for you guys. There you go right there. But yeah, man, these gentlemen went to trial. They lost trial today, yesterday. So the sentencing for that will be coming up probably within a month or so. But yeah, man, the conviction, they convicted these brothers within an hour and 20 minutes. I had went through a lot of I had been watching from the sideline, watching the case. I'm good friends with some people in the situation. So I was watching to see what was going to happen, how things were going to play out. And yeah, an hour and 20 minutes, they came back guilty. So we're going to be seeing what happens with them. Later on, we'll catch up with that. But again, this was the shooting, everybody remember, in Millville back in 2018 that happened at the football field. These were the suspects that they had in the case. Again, man, I looked at this case. There was a lot of, not from these three gentlemen, but there was a lot of, it was just so much overwhelming things that were pushing pushing it towards them. It was just crazy, man. But I mean, listen, this is how it goes in these streets, man. I wish everybody, families on both sides, the best. So shout out to you guys. We're gonna leave it at that with that one. We also have another. I don't know if you guys remember about the killing that happened in Woodbine. They have arrested someone in the connection of this killing, and it was Hakeem Demby. We're going to go to him next. Yeah, so this is Hakeem Demby. If you guys don't remember, there was a murder in Woodbine last year, and well, this was the suspect they came up with. Again, they said Hakeem had just got out of jail for gun charges or whatever. He was on parole. Don't know what happened with this case, but whatever's going on out here in Cumberland County, man, what's over in the water, man, we need to wake up. It's too many. It's like, it's seeming like it's back to back to back to back to back to back, man. And we're losing them all, different ages, size, colors. I mean, at this very moment, man, this stuff is just looking really spooky. It's looking really wicked. You don't even want your kids outside, especially if you got boys. You better monitor them, because they the ones that's running crazy, man. So just, if you love your kids, man, just, it's okay to pull them to the side and talk to them and tell them some things. But yeah, he speaking of Demby, says a violent man paroled from prison last year is now jailed in the killing of the Cape May County man. Hakeem Demby, 34, faces charges of murder and weapons offenses in the killing of Daquan Smith. Smith was 24 and was shot at about 11 p.m. October 25th in the 300 block of Madison Avenue in Woodbine. The investigation was a joint venture by the Major Crimes Unit of Cape May, Prosecutor's Office, and the New Jersey State Troopers. They arrested Hakeem Demby in a testament of relentless pursuit of justice by the detectives of the New Jersey State Police and Cape May County Prosecutor's Office, said Colonel, whatever name, Colonel, what you said that? Colonel, whatever. Colonel Patrick Callahan, a superintendent of the state police. Their dedication to removing violence offenders from their streets as a contribution to the safety and well-being of the community, blah, 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 those, so forth and so on. This is the young man that was killed in that situation. Yeah, this is Daquan Smith again. Blessings to both families, man, because it's just not one person. It's a whole family that's affected by a lot of that stuff. So you guys understand what I'm going through, man. Don't understand what I'm talking about, man. Again, all the best thing you can do is talk to somebody that you know, nephew, niece, uncle, whatever it is. Just, tell people that you love them. There's other ways to deal with conflict resolution, because that's what I'm saying. It seems like these people do not have a way of conflict resolution. It's not like somebody kills somebody and they're killing back. These people are killing over the silliest things, money, things that, I don't know if you guys understand the law. Maybe I'll start doing my law thing again, but man, this is serious out here. So we talked about that, but we got to talk about this right here, man. I don't know if you guys know anything about who Buckshot Shorty is.
I have no clue who this is.
God. Okay, this is Buckshot Shorty. Man, you never heard of Black Moon?
Of who?
Black Moon.
A Black Moon?
Yeah, it's called Black Moon. It's a group called Black Moon.
Oh no.
They did. We got the props. I didn't want to play none of their music, but
Está viejo. They're like.
It's like this is rap. This is talking about 90s rap. You talking about the boot camp clique. They were down with the boot camp clique.
I was like 4.
Helter Skelter. They had they had some good hits or whatever. But unfortunately for him, he got some hits today. So we're gonna go ahead and if you haven't seen this, he got some hits. He got the brakes put on him.
Dale.
So let's just go ahead and watch this video. And this is just sad. I ain't gonna lie. Damn.
God damn, son. A nigga gave a nigga a chicken McNugget, boy.
A couple nuggets.
Damn.
Lito.
6-piece McNugget, boy.
Yo, his whole.
What sauce you want? Sweet and sour? You want it?
God
damn. You got the McNugget on his eye, bro.
Damn, Buckshot.
Yeah, we're gonna get honey mustard, bro.
I don't want to believe it's him.
We need some honey mustard for that piece right there. Ooh. God damn. Oh shit, I'm sorry for you, bro. I don't know why you fucked with him, bro. Oh, why you fucked with him, bro?
He just standing over him too. This is crazy, yo. This is crazy. Man, that's like Buckshot. Case. What would be the equivalent to Buckshot right now? Since he hasn't like been like popular, but you might know. Remember Third Base?
No.
What's the latest first group of hip hop that you can think of? Like when you really started getting into hip hop? Jump Around?
No, I want to say it was
Crisscross?
I remember Daddy playing all the time. The hip, the hop, the hip to the hip. That was like his thing. And then it was like
For you?
For me?
Yeah.
It was more of like I want to say I like big butts and I cannot lie. Them other bitches can't deny. That's what I remember young.
Okay, well then
I
like Sir,
that.
like Sir Mix-a-Lot, maybe.
Yeah, like that.
Like Sir Mix-a-Lot.
The Humpty Dance, do the dance.
But he was definitely he definitely was an instrument and a tool during the hip hop of the growing of hip hop. They had a nice movement. He came out with a hard song. I remember he fell off the stage at I think it was Rick Mahorn's. He came out and did a show at Rick Mahorn's back in the day when Rick Mahorn's out near Cherry Hill. And I think he fell off the stage. I think he was out there.
Like what happened to him though? Like who did that? Like why you did that? What happened to him?
From just listening to the video and like a couple of his friends that spoke, they didn't say what the specifics of it was, but they said that yes, it was him. No, they just said it was him who got beat down. As you see, that was a major beat down. So I mean,
that's sad.
Yeah, that like it hurt. I ain't gonna lie, like.
Yeah.
Those side of his face, that thing looked crazy. But yeah, that was something that happened. What else can I talk about that happened today before because I'm ready to jump into the elections already. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the late great Quincy Jones passing away. If you don't know who Quincy Jones is the one who produced Thriller. Quincy Jones produced Thriller at 50, mind you. So when people are like, you too old to do something, man, he produced Thriller, which is one of the hottest, greatest albums on the planet. He produced that at 50 years old. Quincy Jones played the trumpet, saxophone. Okay. He was around way back in the day, man. He's been around. He's helped a lot of artists, Jay-Z, Kanye, all of the biggest artists you can think of, that especially black artists, they have dealt with Quincy Jones. So he passed away. Remember his daughter. Remember his daughter was going to marry Tupac. Remember they kept saying that remember when Tupac said Quincy Jones wanted him to do it to him in the butt? I just got to put the news out there. But Tupac was like,
I was about to ask a question, but I guess I don't have to ask.
Yeah, Tupac said, they said, listen, that's why I said I don't want to be in the industry. I just like doing music.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Was he at any Diddy parties?
He is the creator of Diddy. Parties.
He's the original diddler?
He's one of those guys. Listen, Diddy is just something that we're saying for us. This has been going on. This has been going on for a very long time. It's just not black artists. This is white actors and white art. It's all of this is happening in the graceland of Hollywood, Beverly Hills, up there in that area, LA. The super rich find themselves in situations doing things that I guess it's becoming to them, but whatever. Let's go ahead and talk about Quincy, see what they got to say about Quincy Jones, though. Let's go.
Now to the life and legacy of Quincy Jones, a music titan who worked with Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson, Ray Charles, so many more, passing away overnight. Lara is here with more, and I remember when he was asked time and time again how he wanted to be remembered, he would always say, as a good father.
Yep. He did, and that he was, Robin. Good morning to you. He was the father of 7 children. In fact, his very last post on Saturday was wishing his daughter, Martina, a happy birthday. But Quincy Jones was a creative genius, considered one of the most influential forces in modern American music. His career spanning 70 years, and in that time giving us some of the most memorable music of our lifetime. The world is mourning music titan Quincy Jones, considered to be one of the greatest minds in music and television history.
I've seen the power of music as a tool to reach the hearts and minds of millions of people.
Born in Chicago, Jones found his love for music when he moved to Seattle as a young teenager, and it's there he met his friend and collaborator, Ray Charles.
Ray was like, wow, he was like God to me.
In the 1950s, Jones followed his passion working as a trumpeter and conductor for Lionel Hampton's jazz band. He would go on to work with jazz greats including Ella Fitzgerald and Duke Ellington. And he worked with Frank Sinatra on the classic Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly me to the moon.
Come on and ease on down the
road.
In 1978,
Ease on down,
as he was
down
known,
the road.
produced the soundtrack for The Wiz,
Don't you
where he crossed paths
carry
with
nothing
Michael
that
Jackson.
might.
He would go on to produce Jackson's record-breaking Off the Wall and Bad. Their partnership also led to the creation of Jackson's blockbuster Thriller album, which sold more than 100 million records worldwide. Jones was also the man behind the all-star charity single, We Are the
You remember
World.
this?
Yep, I remember Michael Jackson.
We are the children.
Love, laugh, live, and give. That's what it's about.
Quincy Jones became the all-time most Grammy-nominated artist ever, with 80 nods and 28 wins. Q also produced the 1985 film version of The Color Purple, with legends Danny Glover, Whoopi
Oprah.
Goldberg, and Oprah Winfrey.
So she blew up.
I said her future was so bright it hurts my eyes.
Quincy Jones's legacy lives on through his music and humanitarian causes, which touched nearly every sector of the entertainment industry. Jones making this touching post on his birthday in March, writing, "This life that I've been blessed to live is not one that I take for granted. I am grateful for every person who lent me a shoulder to stand on." Quincy Jones was 91 years old. And his public
91 years old. 91 years old. Shout out to Quincy Jones, man. Hey, listen, man. This industry a crazy place. But again, you know, at the end of the day, he was a father. His sexual exploits, that's really his business. But this is what happens when you get in that industry and you get big. People do and say and put your business out there. So that's just how it goes. But man, yeah, shout out to Quincy Jones. Rest in peace to him. Sheesh.
Listo.
It is what it is. You know how it goes. But can I do this? Because it is election time. And we're almost down to like an hour before it closes. What would you like to watch? Would you like to watch NBC?
Can we get like a neutral station?
I don't know what neutral. I really don't know. I really don't know.
Far left.
I don't know who's
or
who.
whatever.
I don't know what's what. What is the good channel to watch? Can anybody tell me what is a good channel?
What is everybody? How about that? What is everybody in the chat watching? Let us know.
NBC, ABC.
I'm gonna say dale con who has the most watching.
Most watching right now? So
166. It looks like is live from NBC.
192,000 right here. So let's see what they're talking about. Let's jump over here.
Back out live. I want to just put this tweet up here. This is a really good illustration of what election officials have had to contend with today. Anna Giratelli at the Washington Examiner tweeting out this: 7 new bomb threats received by election officials in DeKalb County outside Atlanta, Georgia, according to county officials.
Okay, that's so different places at places.
Yeah, so far in Georgia.
Sources are correct. They're coming not from a domestic source. They're coming from perhaps Russia or other countries that
Russia again.
trying to upset
They're saying that's what it was. Guess so far Russia.
Could be. Who knows these days?
Georgian officials are on top of it, and other than taking normal precautions, it's not stopping anything.
I gotta ask you, why do we have to field some questions there about election integrity? Why is that important specifically in his county, in his state?
Well, I think because already you're having the former president.
He's dry. Let's go see what else is going on in other places. We just go through all the places, see what they're talking about, man. Because listen, we're at the end. We're at the end. We're here now. We are at the place where everybody has talked about, everybody has been waiting for. I mean, this was like worse than the Eagles and Dallas playing, man. The animosity that people be having, feelings of animosity about voting. Like, I understand the importance for those who are like, I understand the importance, man. I understand the importance of the vote. You know what I noticed about I always thought about this about when it comes to the black vote, right? That I was watching. I don't know if are you interested into like the different dialogues of maps? that are on the earth, like the different sizes, the maps. Like they have a map that shows you what, they did the latitude, longitude, and the sizes of the different continents and how they would actually look if the map was actual, the sizes of them. Like on a map, for instance, Greenland looks like the same size of Africa. Okay. Africa's like 10, 20 times bigger than Greenland.
Okay.
So when I was looking at that, it was talking about how like South America is how bigger it is than the UK, Europe area, but on the map it looks like they're damn near the same size. So he's talking about the perception, how the maps have been changed around and switched around. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find. I forgot what it's called, but it's. Let me see. Let's try actual.
Will
size.
said most of them are biased, left or right.
Yeah.
Fox is right and CNN is left. So I guess we're gonna go with NBC's. That may be the middle.
NBC.
Well, he said Fox is at the right and CNN is left, so NBC has to be the middle, no?
True indeed. I would suspect that. Hey, okay, now look, you see this right here? This says map right here?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what they say the map should actually look like if it was actually stretched. Okay, so you see how big Africa is compared to North America? Mm-hmm. See how big South America is compared to... This is all Asia. This is just the UK, Spain, and all. See how big it is?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching this map, right? And the question of this map was, why do Westerners map shrink Africa? So they were using the actual longitude, latitudes, and the sizes to show you that this is what the actual map, this one in the corner. Let me see if I can blow this up for you guys. Let's go over here and visit. See the actual sizes of... First, let's see how they got these different things. Let me see if they got that whole map. Can I blow this up? The Peters projection map. That's what it's called. The Peters projection map. So let me go ahead and put that in. Peters.
I got it.
Okay, put it for me.
Oh, never mind.
Pick it up, put it down. You know the situation.
No sé qué está pasando.
Go now. Try it out. There you go. So let's see. Okay, so they gave us that one. Let me see if we can look at images. See if they got bigger images. Now, can I blow this up for the people to see? This is what I'm not. I can.
I was gonna say that camera.
Well, just use because you know how to use these things. So just go ahead and grab that for me, so that the people can see exactly what I'm talking about. If you can blow that up, make that a little bit bigger for them. But looking at that map, the reason why I was speaking on this in any way, because when you look at the sizes of the maps, you look at the people, you think of the dialogue of the people. Like, you know how we say, like, we're the minorities? How do we really know that we're actually the minorities in America? Like, how do we actually know that? When I was thinking about, like, we know that we know by now, I don't care what school you went to, most people, average people know by now that the Africans were already here. We know that through the Columbus's diaries and his logs. Mm-hmm. And when he was on the ship. So we know that we were here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So the people that were here, there were towns here, there were civilizations here, not just in the woods and nature as far as what they called the industrious people, or called them Indians.
Okay.
But they also had settlements and things as well. And a lot of that history wasn't brought in, but I just laugh because they always talk about the African American vote as if we have like a big majority. And sometimes I just be wondering, like, especially with the Latinos and blacks together, like, you really saying like we're not? I think that we're a lot bigger, mm-hmm. and that's why they fight so much for our vote. You know what I mean? Just thinking, you figure if we're 15% of the vote out of 100%, that means there's 85% left. And if you're saying that the Latinos are maybe 17, 20, I don't forget what it is. It has risen, especially within the last few years. You had 10 million just came in, and then a lot were allowed to vote and have situations. So just think about the numbers for real. Why we're so? It's like the. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm bugging. I don't know if anybody understands what I'm talking about. If you've seen this and your brain goes in the directions that my brain goes sometimes, because I do have a habit of looking deeper and digging deeper into information. But I mean, just look at that map. Look at that map. Let me bring this down so everybody can see. This is what the actual map is supposed to look like. And the question they were speaking on, how the western side of the globe, which is where we are, how they have changed and manipulated a lot of things. Uh-huh. So just looking at this map, I mean, then, going into this map is like also going into like, is the world flat type. Have you seen a few of those things?
Yeah, that's like I was trying to follow where you were going, because I've heard before where, you know, you move the datos all together and it's just one piece of flat land.
Like the land broke
over
apart,
time
right.
it has broken apart. So I've seen a lot of
drifting.
I've seen a lot of these I guess older maps that are now newer, but I just think that it just keeps evolving with change. Like there's places in Puerto Rico that are now underwater that never were underwater before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then there's other places where islands that were underwater are now peeking out. So I just think it all,
they're finding temples under seas and lakes
I
that
just
are
think it all like depends on like, you know, how the world keeps going, because in 100 years I guarantee you the map is not going to look like that again.
Honestly, as Rockefeller and those who have created the Rockefeller educational system, we were deemed to have the education that we have. The education that we were having in the early 1900s, 1800s does not compare to the education that we have now. The kids knew about the Constitution in school. Like all the children back at those times knew about the important things of America, because America was being built and being grafted and was a part of everyday life. Like we were born when it was already here. I mean, we got TVs, microwaves. We came here in a luxury. We were born here in a luxury time. I've lived long enough to see the luxuries become so much greater. Things that are happening that allow a human being to be a lot lazier.
Flashback said we're not just like the map. We think we're a minority. That's what we're told.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't believe, I'm not going to say believe, but based on a lot of looking and reading and information and just understanding that if I wanted to keep people down, I would have to keep them by educating. If I could educate my people, then they will follow my instructions. And so looking at it from that perspective, the rich and the wealthy who are the ones who dominate America. It is not
definitely
the government, because the government is a corporation just like these other corporations. And so when you got corporations out here making billions and billions of dollars, and we're looking at the American corporation with trillions in debt, you can clearly see why these major corporations will have a big effect on the economy here, because they're the ones producing money while the government of America is wasting money. And so, you know, when you look at it from that perspective, man, it's just a lot deeper. But let's go ahead and see what they're talking about as far as these stats. Let's go.
And so, Jake, now we wait, right? You have the states that we projected, Kentucky and Vermont. Those are the ones you expect. But so what are you going to get here? You see some first votes in Florida. Look at that. Let's just take it out. Okay, it's just south here. It's in Osceola County, just south of Orlando. We like to look at votes when they come in, right? Florida tends to be a reliably red state. Again, though, it'll be a test of whether Harris can improve their standing in the suburbs, or put it this way, whether Trump can improve his standings in the suburbs, whether Trump's collapse in the suburbs.
Shout out to Paige in the building. Shout out, sis.
Always interesting to take a look. But what we're waiting for is the battleground just north of Florida, which will be essential in this race. Again, Vice President's easiest path is those blue wall states. But Georgia, as a competitive state, what are we looking for? Right? Number one, we're looking for the Democratic Foundation, which is Fulton County. Sarah Murray noted, Victor Blackwell is in the suburbs here. Some polling places will stay open, but we should get votes pretty quickly. And when you're looking at Fulton County, Atlanta is here. You see how it stretches, a lot of suburbs around it, right? We're at 0 right now. What are you looking for? You're trying to see if she can not only match the president's percentage, get 73% of the vote, but by the end of the night, sometimes this count could last into tomorrow, is the math margin. Right, because if you look here and you come out here, there are 159 counties in Georgia. A lot of them are like this. I'm just picking one randomly. They're small, they're rural, but Trump runs it up. So we're going to watch that. Is the Trump base in rural America coming out in battleground Georgia? It is absolutely essential to his math.
What'd you say?
Run it up big in places like that. But if that is the case, and that's what we expect to be the case, the Trump base comes out, then the key will be, does the Harris base come out in Fulton County, Atlanta, and then what happens here? Clayton County, just below, predominantly African-American, strong Democratic suburb. You need to run up the number, but it's not just the percentage. What's the raw math? Are Democrats coming out to vote? Democrats need high turnout to offset the Trump rural numbers. So that's one test. And then, for me, but you get further out here. Let's go out where Victor Blackwell is, out here in Gwinnett County. Right, look at that. Joe Biden got 58% of the vote, Jake, right? You don't have to go back too far in history.
I understand what he's saying about
2012. Mitt Romney won
Joe
this
Biden.
4 years before that, John McCain won this.
But we talking
about
Kamala. We ain't got time to talk about Joe Biden right now.
Looking on the outskirts of Lexington, if we look at some of these small counties, it looks like Kamala Harris is beating Joe Biden's margin by about 1.5 points in Montgomery. Let's see, there's not enough reporting there.
They're doing it too. They're going based off of what happened in the last election.
Oh, this is off the last election?
No, que está diciendo aquí in this side in 2024, pero they're comparing it to 2022, 2020's election.
Because it's early. We still, when 8 o'clock comes when it turns up.
Mm-hmm. Listen, it's very interesting to see, though.
What you saying?
It's very interesting to see.
Elaborate. What you mean?
It's exciting. I say this much. When I was in line, the person behind me was you knew who he was voting for. I'll just put it like that. You know who he was voting for. The person behind him, however, was giving some history about violence. And it was, just some things that I didn't even know. I was like, really? And he was like, listen, I was 7 years old when this place was built. I remember it. I was like, oh my God.
What, violent?
No.
I'm about to say he's dead and he's supposed to be dead. He did Back to the Future.
You had a wham, 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 tuturu moment.
Sorry,
he had the worst tuturu moment.
I did.
No.
I'm sorry.
He was 7 years old where I went to go vote at. The place was built.
Oh, the place. Okay.
And he was like, I was 7 years old when that. And he was like, and just to let you know, he was like, guess what you're standing on? I was like, what? He was like, this used to be a dairy farm. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, this used to be a dairy farm. I was like, no way. And he started, he kind of was excited because he was giving history. Because me and the dude behind me, I was like, a what? And he was like, what? Like, both of us was like, I didn't know that. And he was like, yeah. He was like, this is how it happened. And he started giving us a little bit of history about violence. And I thought it was interesting. And he gave us a couple more things about violence that I was like, oh my God.
Well,
I was like, you've been around for a while. Coach, I was like, you've been around for a while. I was like, if you don't mind me asking. And he started laughing. He was like, 89. I was like, wow.
Jeez.
89. And he was, Dito, he was standing up. He had his little hoodie on and stuff. He had it all properly, Dato. And he had his little cane, but he was pimped out. He was pimped. The hat was on tilt. He looked as sharp. And he was in line by himself, ready to vote. Yes.
Hey, well, listen.
And listen, my abuelito and my abuela voted. My abuela is in her 80s, okay? And she was out there. My abuelo is he's not there yet, but he's almost in his 80s. And they went out.
Oh, she got herself a young thing.
No, abuelo snatched her.
Well, he got himself an older.
Abuelo snatched the cougar.
What's the difference? I'm shooting up grandma.
My grandpa did it. That's me, my girls, and my abuelo. Y'all do it too.
Yeah, please, the violence, listen, we hear that. How you go on the line to go clash your vote when you want to argue with people about who you about to vote for and act like you got an attitude? It's not that. Man, people blowing up boxes and it seems like it's the same stuff as 4 years ago. So,
it's a lot. It's a lot that's happening. Sorry, guys, a little more emotional malfunction. I had to fix it, but it is a lot that is happening as far as when people are trying to vote and how. Listen, that's what I sent you something. Sugar bolitas. I don't think I sent it to you. I sent it to myself.
Flash said that some of these states the polls are at 10. So I don't know what the national closing date time is. So how long? Because I don't know how close this is going to be. I suspect that this is going to be close based off of a lot of. It's been a roller coaster ride in my thoughts about who's going to win. I just watched this whole thing go up, go down. It's exciting. Last 2 minutes of a game, tie score type action has been happening with this last few months with
super exciting.
With Kamala coming in, stepping into the plate. So we're here now. I don't even know. I wish for the best. I don't know what the best is, but I just hope that you people whoever wins, that we just transition and do what we got to do. The biggest fear is that if Trump don't win, the way that certain people are coming out and the way that a lot of the conversations are coming, look like these rebel white boys act like they want to go do something. I mean, I ain't lying. These rebel white boy cops better go handle that. That's all, because they started coming out to these cities. They was talking about, it was something that Flash had put out about the racists were coming in and attacking the black women. It was something he had put out earlier about some of the around this time with the elections that they were, I guess, trying to go to the old school intimidating tactics.
There's a lot. That's why a lot of the voting poll places had it where you weren't allowed to have like certain things because they didn't want you influencing people, deterring people. Like, not for nothing, my abuelita, they're so freaking cute, but like she kept repeating herself, so I knew it was a concern for her. She was like, but when you go in there, how is it? Like, does the thing close behind you? You know, are they gonna see it? And I said, no, this is how you do it or whatever. And I explained to her it was a touch screen and everything. And she was like, yeah, but it's a touch screen, and what happens if I don't do it right? I said, Grandma, you know how she gets. I was like, I understand
older
what
people,
you're saying.
They come out the woodworks to vote.
It's different because my abuelito, he's so cute. He was like, you have to press the button. I'm like, oh well, no, it's touch screen. You have to press the button, no more. So
For Fox News.
even for them, trying to figure out how to vote and being nervous about it, they weren't gonna go. And then of course I walked in and I'm like, bendición, and I was like, look, I voted. They were like, what? You? And I was like, yeah, me. I voted. So go vote. My abuela was like, you voted? I'm going right now. He got dressed and he went, Dito. And I went too. And the good thing about it is that my grandparents, they speak English, but they're mostly Spanish speaking people, and they were nervous about having to ask a question and not having someone there to help them answer it. And I told him that the lady that helped me was amazing. Just so happens when he got there, he came back, he was like, I know her. And I was like, see, Welo? Like, it was easy for him because it is your local people. And Welo be out with Leo, and when Leo be trying to take off in the road and stuff, it just so happened it's the lady that was down the street that was there to help him. So he felt comfortable, I felt comfortable, and they voted. They did it. I'm proud. I'm so proud of them.
So let's see what this. I'm coming over to Fox.
I did want to say something. I forgot something before we head to Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my baby boy.
Yeah, shout out to Ja.
Shout out to my baby boy. I am so proud of this boy. He is 16 years old. He got himself a job. He is a great student. He's working on getting his permit. My baby about to get his L's. Like, he gives us no problems, none. And I am super, super proud of him. He's a great kid. So shout out to you, John, your first day at work. Election day, it's
shout out
crazy.
to you, baby boy. Shout out to you.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, he hit me. He told me he got the job. I told him I was proud of him for getting the job because I understand, as a father, I understand that when you have a job early and you get to start making that money early, it becomes that addiction. You don't care about running to the streets first and doing this because you got a job, and especially when he's young, he's going to learn that little, I don't know if they pay him every 2 weeks at the place he's going to be working at or whatever it is, but that little $120, $180 that you get go fast.
It does.
And he's going to learn how.
He's a little stingy with his money.
Hey, that's as long as
he's a little penny pincher.
For me, it's just like I'm looking at it from the perspective of I get to see
how he does
early how he's going to manage his money. Of course, when they first get things, they want to buy things. They got girlfriends. They want to buy. If they got girlfriends, want to buy their little girlfriend something. So for me, it's an opportunity to watch. See how he's going to be with his money, see how once he's working and he understands, like when somebody comes in the house now and says, well, I said something like, John, go spend $20 and go give me something. And now he start looking at his money like, but grandma only got such and such. And
I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna send him what he be sending me. I'm gonna request
a cash app. Yeah, start getting shown. You know what? That when they start understanding and learning about money, man, if they learn early, they have a really good chance of staying focused and staying out the way. So prayers to him for that. I said prayers, and prayers too, I guess.
You know what? Prayers to him, because it's when you don't have a job and it's your first day, like mostly everybody remembers their first day at work. You know how nervous you were. You wanted to make sure you didn't mess up. You wanted to show that you were good. So I made sure I told him, I was like, listen, I know this is a new day and age. When I had my first job, I didn't have a cell phone, so just make sure you keep your cell phone in your pocket. Don't use it unless you're going into break. That if it is an emergency, I'm gonna blow you up. So other than that, don't reach for your phone. And just little things like that. Our son, he has long hair because he does his trenzas. So I told him, I said, they're gonna tell you put your hairnet on and all that stuff. But I'm proud of my baby. So proud of him. Shout out to Dave in the building.
Shout out to
Greetings
Dave in
and
the building.
salutations. I know, Ramen, right? Congratulations, Galita.
As you can see right now, we're playing in the back because there's no use for us to keep just playing little clips of things of that nature as of right now.
I want to send this to you, though.
Okay.
Just because I was... where do you want me to send it to?
Well, first of all, where is it? Because you could just pull it up from whatever site it is.
I was trying to, but I couldn't. When I pulled up my thing here, mine wasn't coming up.
What's that?
You know, I have my little circle with the purple on it. And
this one right here?
Yeah, that. See, it's not. I don't know where it's behind that.
Behind. It's behind. Yeah, we just as of now, you're seeing it's just to let you know that the electoral votes. Again, I really want to see what's going to happen with these swing states. We pretty much know blue states are blue states, red states are red states. So it's really going to get juicy when we get down to those. I mean, man, listen. One thing I can say, it has been very, 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 very exciting watching people argue, and people have argued and they fight over politics. They fight over things that they really know nothing about. Emotional love, but it is what it is. I mean, hey, listen. If as long as you're involved in participating in something in your life, I don't care if it's voting, not sports, something, just be a part of something, man, orally. So let's go.
If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yes, this is true.
So this is your chance, ladies and gentlemen, to stand up and make a difference, make change, make America great again, or keep America great. Whatever slogan you want to use. I gave them both, so I'm not being biased.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to go play a little song real quick. Matter of fact, we're not even going to do that. We're going to play, I think we should play Glory. You know, we be out here doing that music, working that music, and, you know, we got some samples coming up. We're going to let you hear the sample.
Let's go. As I walk through the valley of shadows of quit with two threes in my tactical. Yeah, I got time today to get back to you. Nothing I want to do, something I gotta do. IOU, ICU, it's the least I can do. Pick and choose, hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life or death. Choose life or death.
Yeah, that thing be hitting. Still got ideas for this boy, but this be rocking right here.
I like it.
Yeah. You know, we doing that music around here, man. Can't judge a book by its cover, that's all I'm gonna say. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Never.
As I walk through the valley of shadows of quit with two threes in my tactical. Yeah, I got time today to get back to you. Nothing I want to do, something I gotta do. IOU, ICU, it's the least I can do. Pick and choose, hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life.
Yeah, that's how I'm doing it.
Choose life. As I walk through the valley of shadows of quit with two threes in my tactical. Yeah, I got time today to get back to you. Nothing I want to do, something I gotta do. IOU, ICU, it's the least I can do. Pick and choose, hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life.
Yeah. You be here rocking, man. But so you got this video?
Okay, so what I was touching base on was something that Flashback had said. Where he said we already had incident where voters came in with MAGA hat and Confederate T-shirts. This is what people in New Jersey were seeing. You ready, y'all?
Yeah, let's go.
You see that? Oh, it's not done. It's not done. It's not done. Look at.
You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. The Jews. The Peckerwoods, that's a real people. The Peckerwoods, it's a real people. The Peckerwoods.
They're in both sides.
They're everywhere.
No, what I'm saying is they're in both sides of the lanes. Look how many cars it is.
Yeah.
And this is how they went to the voting polls. And this is how they drove around their, different cities that they were from. They all got together and banded together and said, yo, we riding out for Trump. Make sure y'all do y'all due diligence and vote where y'all supposed to vote at. And this is what I mean when I say, this is what I was meaning when I said that they were saying you can't come within 100 feet of the different polling places because they didn't want you to influence people. They didn't want people to feel like, you know what I mean? Like intimidated or anything like that. Or, oh my gosh, you're just supposed to just go vote and not be intimidating. But seeing this, it was like diablo.
Man, listen, because I seen the Democrats going crazy too, man. But the Republicans just the funniest. So I just like playing them. They just the wildest. And these I hate to say it, I like to keep it a little bit hood, but these white niggas. The ignorant, this is what it is. Like the same way people just voting because she's black. These niggas just voting because those people don't count. But they were so entertaining to me. It's just so entertaining. I
don't agree with the statements that he just made. However, I do see in the comments that it says "Let's go blue." Then I see right behind it, "Make America Great Again." Then I see right underneath of it, "Make us red, us, us, us." Then underneath of that, you see Kamala 2024, all hearts. So it's exciting to see how both sides are bringing out the different people from the different woodworks to have them do different displays like this circus show that they put on to say, hey, come on out and
show it is.
Let's go vote for the trumpet or whatever you want to call him, the Cheeto man. The duck lips.
We got Cheetos. We got
the duck lips. He always talking like this with his lips. I can't do it because I got my lips.
We got big. Cheetos and curry battling.
Oh, I didn't say that. He did.
I'm just saying I'm just saying what they say. Cheetos and curry. They should make that a new type of Cheeto.
Train.
Curry Cheetos.
And I seen a couple people. I should have saved it, man. It was a couple women who dressed up como Kamala be dressing with the pearls, the pearl earrings, the pearl necklaces, and her little suits. And they had their hair. So 2 women had their hair done like her, like their hair, and then the other 2 had on wigs to like kind of represent her. And they went to go vote like that, como looking like her. And then when they were outside, they were doing like their little dances, how she was doing their dances, and the one was laughing like her. She was like,
I'm saying, listen, this is
me dying. It was funny.
This is what's going on out here in these streets. People have lost their rabbit ass mind.
Yeah, seriously.
Out here in these streets. This is the type of shit that starts some crazy
though. The Simpson predictions are real. Ramid, let us know, what did the Simpsons predict for this though? I don't know this part. Let me know.
What did they predict?
Let's see if the prediction is right for the 2024 elections, Ramid. Tell us, what did they say? I want to know.
At this point, like I said, to me, I think it's a very close one. I don't believe that either one is really in a position to where they can't lose. We gotta wait to see what some of these numbers is looking like. What's going to come out here, but until now, it's just like this is like the pregame. It's like the pregame warm up. It's like when when right before the football game come on, you just listen to the music, watch the stadium, listen to the commentators talk. That's what this is right now. And again, you have Russia is back in the mix again. Who knows? You've got people fighting for Hamas blowing. They said it so-called blowing up the mailboxes out there in the western hemisphere of Washington and out that way.
Ay, santo.
So who knows, man? At this point, I just want it to be over. Whatever's going to happen, no matter what's going to happen. So at this point, man, I'm ready to move on to other things.
Shout out. Did I say shout out to Dave in the building?
Yeah, you just said shout out to Dave in the building. But you can always give shout out to Dave, man. Give shout out to everybody in the building, man.
Yes. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching this election with us. We're excited, guys. So we can't guarantee that we're going to be on the whole entire time up until they actually announce who the president is. But we're going to keep you guys updated on what's going on because it's exciting to us. We know it's exciting to y'all because there's been too many debates going back and forth on a variety of different podcasts that affect the election and what people say and how they react. So I'm excited.
At this point, man, I tell you, I just can't wait till it's over so I can see whoever wins. Just watch how the other side act. When I was looking at the other side, like other people walk by like nose up in the air, other silliness.
I cannot wait to see the theatrics after it because
it's coming.
I voted. I know who I voted for.
It's so.
I just want to see everything that happens afterwards.
Listen again, and you make sure that you go check this out. This is tomorrow.
Talking shit.
Yeah, I believe it's tomorrow. I was gonna say because most, I know he might if he comes on after the thing, it'll be a blast. But this is for tomorrow night at 7:30, as we always do on Wednesday nights. This is where you want to be at because this is what we're going to be talking about. He'll be doing the breakdown. We'll be over here listening to the breakdown. Him and Ev Love, Dave, and the whole Jump Out gang is in the building. So, shout out to him. But yeah, we definitely gonna be over there talking about what happened because listen, I'm probably not gonna. We not gonna be here before it ends, but we gonna definitely tap in with old boy because he always got a great breakdown. So shout out to Mo 3 times, man.
Definitely,
we gonna definitely see that
live tomorrow at 7:30. Y'all do not forget to tune in.
So y'all make sure y'all tap into that. Y'all make sure y'all definitely tap into that. I'm looking at a lot of these different lives, but when you go through them, there's really like no action on the page.
It's just a lot of people kind of like talking in the background. A lot of builds up to what they think is going to happen in the elections. Some people are reporting, certain, I guess, counties, depending upon, or districts, how you want to say it, depending upon how many votes have came in from there, the majority of it, they're trying to already start showing in the datos.
Let's go here. Let's see what they got on this one. They got to actually up to date right now. Let's see what they got to talk about. We bring the volume up for you guys. I had to turn it down.
She looked like somebody I know.
From both campaigns being with our Angela Rozier, who is with the
Let's make sure this is live because I'm tired of not doing live things.
So they said live? No.
Nah, it's not live. We need all lives. A lot of the live coverages right now aren't really popping. I know somebody's out there watching something live. What do you think is the best spot to live? I went to Fox. They weren't really saying anything. You're just seeing like this guy sitting here in different numbers rotating across the board.
A couple of races that we're keeping an eye on in Virginia are Virginia's 2nd House Congressional District and 7th. So let's see where we're at on those. We can go over to the House map right here in Virginia. We're going to be keeping an eye on this race. Jennifer Kiggins.
They say that. We say that sort of. So one stopped at 7. So we have some that are going to be closing in within that next 2 hours. We're probably not going to know till Wednesday. I don't think we'll know till Wednesday.
Well, who the president is?
Yeah.
No, we find out tonight.
You think we'll find? Well,
you don't listen. I know I was about to say you don't remember, pero I remember when Biden became president.
How long was we up? I was up for. I remember Obama.
I remember
Obama.
I said Biden. I meant Obama.
They let us stay in a federal prison to watch that.
When he won,
they was gonna tear that place apart.
I was in timeout bartending.
I was locked up in Vermont on Fed case.
We had the biggest party going on in timeout that night.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we was loud. It was exciting. And remember Larry, the owner, and Sean, they were, as soon as we had the datos, the TV's up, everything, everybody comes saying, we got the first black president, man, as soon as it happened, they went bananas, popping bottles. They were happy as hell. So I know it happens in the night, you know what I mean? So we will know tonight who it is.
Yeah, I didn't know that places closed at 10 o'clock. So I guess it's going to be like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning when they start bringing up most of the votes in.
Yeah, because it's like all he needs is, or her, whichever, all the person needs is 200 and dato electoral votes.
50-something.
And once they, or even, they can determine by the remaining states the numbers of them.
Right, if it's, you might also concede.
Yep.
Right, so, yeah, I mean, hey, listen.
It's super exciting, but I do want to read what Dave said, which was, you gotta squint because it's over there.
The revolution will not be televised. That is an actual fact.
Jill,
not on CNN or Fox Smiling. Okay.
Okay. On CNN or Fox Smiling. Oh, okay. Who's Jill Scott Heron?
Heron, I don't know, but Jill Scott, I just automatically think Jill Scott.
No, I said
that's Gil Scott. Gil Scott. I don't know Gil Scott. Gotta ask Dave.
He said not CNN or Fox.
Okay, so
that's why I said MSNBC, because it has to be the middle. Because
every time I hear, I just think of
we had 2 people say the same thing as they said.
What's the dude? What's the guy that's always? What is it called again? NBC. The dude with the
NBC.
He had the show? Not Al Yankovic. The other guy. He had he was oh man, he was big on the radio. He still is. Howard Stern. Yeah. What did he say? NBC. Yo, he was killing. He was killing him.
The Howard Stern show. That was
okay. So
movie.
MBS, hold up. NSNBC.
No, it's MS.
MSNBC.
MSN.
He said MSNBC. Shout out to him. That shit was funny as hell. I wonder what Howard Stern is talking about right now, man. All this stuff with Elon Musk and there's so much going on right now, man. I really just like to see really what is going to happen here, man. Like this is really crazy. Okay, so uncalled races is 32, so we got 1 so far. So 19 points and 3 points. This is gonna be a long night. You talking about 2?
Yeah, you see how? That's why I was telling you, like it's not gonna be when we're on the live.
Yeah.
But it starts coming in. You see?
I might go to the live. I'll be in here with a tank top on, sweating like a slave, smoking vapes.
You wanna go and do it in the live, ahorita?
I mean, at this point, it's early.
Listen,
if I feel like it, we
can. If you guys are still up,
I'm pretty sure they will be.
If you guys are still up watching the elections, once it starts to get a little bit closer, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to give you the time, but make sure you have your notification on. That's what happens when you hit the notification bell, hit the like bell, so that way you guys know when we go live. It will ring on your phone. We're going to go live tonight, y'all, so we can find out who the president is.
Yes, we are. Wait, no, I'm not gonna. Don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that.
Why? Why not?
I'm just saying, don't hold me to that. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Yeah, all guys. Take a ride on this wave, man. Quick intermission. Go ahead. Go to the bathroom, pee. Call your girlfriend. Call your friends up. Tap back in here. Take this intermission. 5 points in your body. Arm, leg, arm, head. Leg, arm, head. Steady rep. We do more than a podcast. We do music. We do it all. $2 Tuesday. What you stand for? What do you stand for? What do you stand for? What do you stand for? What would you die for? What would you die for? And if you truly would die for, will you live for? 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 Yeah, that's deep, right? So the program set for you already. It's already set for you. And there's many levels to it. You ain't gotta sell your soul. You just have to regain the regain.
That's it.
You have to claim it. You have to claim yourself. That's a blessing in the Most High. You are a blessing. You are a blessing. Yeah. Just in case y'all forgot, y'all make sure y'all go check out Yoko, man. That boy doing it, man. His numbers going up, man. That SK Yoko. Niggas like us, I was on that thing. Shout out to me.
Niggas like me who connected. Niggas like me just a call away. Niggas like me don't got time to play. Niggas like me gonna regulate. Niggas like me in another dimension. Niggas like me moving state to state. Niggas like me eat off different
Sometimes they bring me out the bag.
Nigga like me only talk what I know. I plant the seeds, if you water they grow. No time to preach, I'm just letting you know. I'm on a mission, my story is different. If you pay attention, you'll understand more. Two ears and one mouth, so please listen close. I speak the truth, yeah, it's just how I go. Lord be my witness, can see through the vision. With principles lifted to release your soul. I got a passport, I travel the globe. You got no easy pass, stopping at tolls. You got the vapors, you envious haters. Your DNA makeup is X chromosomes. Supposed to be XY, but boy, you a hoe. Back up the back door, strike if you throw. I bat 100, I'm here if you want it. And yeah, I got sliders to head to your home.
Niggas like me who connected. Niggas like me just a call away.
Shout out to SK Yoko.
Niggas like me on the regulate.
Let's go.
Niggas like me in another dimension. See niggas Niggas like me moving state to state. Niggas like me eat off different plates.
Niggas like me never like to chill. Niggas like me, I'ma keep it real. Nigga like me, when I spit, it's ill. Niggas like me, I'ma touch a mill. Niggas like me, just gotta have it. Niggas like me wear a different fabric. Niggas like me can't change like addicts. Niggas like me got different habits. This is my life, I'm gonna take control. Same young nigga just got a little old. Stay back and forth, always touching the road. Life hit different when your heart turn cold. People be watching, they steady assuming. Watch how I set, I keep on improving. She got what a winner, got tired of losing. Shorty got motion, she bumping and grooming. Time no stop, few stay scheming. They come and they go, just like the cedars, I'm hotter than hot. I'm really a demon, my girl really miss. People think that she reeking. Feel me not rich, so I gotta keep eating. Thought he was cold, now he calling it deep. And I said what I said, better watch how you speaking. I gotta stay woke, and the world keep on sleeping. Niggas like me, I'ma keep it real. Niggas like me never like to chill. Niggas like me, when I spit, it's ill. Niggas like me gon' touch a mill. Niggas like me just gotta have it. Niggas like me wear a different fabric. Niggas like me can't change like addict. Nigga like me got different habits.
$2 Tuesday. Podcast reaction news. You know what it is, man. We in the building. We gave y'all a little bit of intermission. We gonna take a little break, but let's go ahead and see what they talking about on these numbers, man. Let's go.
Ramid said I can't stop watching Sneak Attack Quizzy. And Flashback said if he wins, no more protesting.
If who wins?
I'm guessing Trump.
Man, listen, the same thing. If he wins, it's going to be a dog fight too at the end. It's going to be the same thing. It's happened before. It's not just a Republican thing. It's just been really pushed up because of his antics and the way it is done. But it's nothing wrong with that.
A picture with the hearing
the pearl earrings.
Yeah, those are speakers.
I don't know if they're speakers. I mean, I know what you're talking about though. Were they really speakers?
Yeah, papi, it's it's an earring that you put it in dato and you could hear it. I'm not being smart, I'm being fun. You want me to show you?
No, I was just because I remember they said that she used it during the debate or whatever. Like they told her to be quiet.
Those are her speaker earrings.
Oh, she didn't have those in the night of the debate, did she? Because then that's what they would.
Those were in the night of the debate.
Wow. Hey,
every picture you see, ella tiene pearls. She has those speaker earrings in.
Because I got another one, right? That's how it always be. Because them blue states, even though they be a little bit, but they be big.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying she had her speaker earrings in. Like I seen these glasses.
Do what you gotta do to get what you gotta get, huh?
That you
that's what everybody else doing.
Like these are my glasses, ¿verdad?
Yeah, so like the Bose glasses with the herring and things like those.
You know.
Yeah, of course.
My people's at work.
My pops got them.
I looked at him. I was
Flash got them.
I said, "Come here." You know,
they're like 200 something. The nice
that makes
ones.
The beef jerky. I said, "Come here."
Shout out to Timmy.
He came closer.
Shout out to Timmy and his beef jerky. Pause. I try to say it does seem a little weird when another man giving your woman meat. When another man just giving her meat, you know, you be like, yo, come on, man.
And the funny thing is, he said, give it to your man.
We'll give another nigga some meat.
Yeah, he was like, yo, give it to your man. Tell your man to try it.
Yeah, he's been making beef jerky.
What I was saying was, he had the datos in, right? And I'm looking at him because he wears glasses, but I'm looking at him and he's laughing. And I'm like, he's like, hold on, I can't hear you. And he goes in his phone, he hits his thing down. I said, come here. He was like, what? I said, put your phone back on. You listen to music? He was like, Julie, what's up? What's up? I said, put the phone back on. He put it back on. You can hear it.
Yeah, clear as day.
I was like,
I mean, for you guys that have jobs, if you guys that have jobs and got money, you don't need to get the Apple headphones. Just go ahead and get the glasses. They do all the same thing.
Yep.
Now they got glasses. They had created some kids with, I don't know if it was MIT or one of those places, but created the glasses. I think we did it before, where they can actually pull up who you are as they walk by you, like gives you all the readings like a RoboCop film.
That was that's not for sale. Like
not yet.
They just.
If they made them, somebody else can make them.
Students that got together and tweaked some glasses and were able to identify people that were walking past them based upon the glasses that they had on.
So yes. I mean, all it was basically the same camera that they had. They just implemented a program that allows you to do facial recognition. And throughout the facial recognition of it, seeing your face, it'll automatically pull up websites that you're on. It'll give a whole background when it clicks onto you. So, like again, when we see things, I just automatically assume that the government has already had stuff like this, and when somebody in the public sector or private sector makes them and they show it to us, I don't believe that this is the first time the technology has been out, because we've seen so many movies and things that have been preempting us to know that these things are coming. So I wouldn't be surprised if people walking around here right now, like those ones, not violent cops, they can't afford these things, but at some point y'all keep committing crimes, they're gonna have a gun. This is gonna be like Philly. Every block, especially in Millville, gonna have a gun reaction joints. Gun go off that automatically reach to the cops. Y'all nigga chill out, man. Or hey, listen, you gonna be put in the hooscow, and as you see with these laws and things happening nowadays, you ain't coming out. And so 20, 30 years, I don't know. I mean, get a sex change if she wins.
Now, as you guys see, well, they don't see.
Okay, we'll go back over there.
The East Coast is picking up more, obviously, because we're ahead as far as time goes. So, as some of the polls begin to give in more readings, I guess you can say, some of the results are coming in.
Yeah. So
you see, I fixed that one. I almost said it all the way.
Hey, listen, this is going to be very, very, very interesting.
It's very interesting.
Vermont's almost blue.
Who do you predict?
Honestly,
who do you predict? Not that who you vote for. Who do you predict?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have, at this very moment, as a skeptic, I am actually 50-50 right now. I am
really?
not. Yeah, I'm 50-50. I mean, again, like you said, I watch news on both sides. I primarily report about things about Kamala, things that's going on with her, the strifes and the tribulations that she's going through. But I definitely knew, like, even with the black man vote and all that type of shit, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, when it's time to go vote, man, you start really, like, it's instinctive for a lot of people, man. Some people are actually and most people that was talking ain't voting anyway, especially if they're talking, they're not voting anyway. So
Dave said Gil Scott-Heron was a poet and a rapper back in the day.
Okay.
And Ramid said Inspector Gadget classic.
Glasses, classic, yeah, classic.
No, I said he said classic, right?
Classic, yeah.
Maybe
Inspector Gadget classic.
See.
I'm just saying glasses, like the Inspector Gadget, and think about the glasses.
Oh.
No, Inspector Gadget could do a lot of things back in the day. Go, Inspector Gadget. That was my shit too.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, a lot of these, again, man.
You remember that? I know you remember that.
I didn't. We was talking about a lot of people around me. We were talking about, you got to care about your local politician stuff. I'm like, I mean, honestly, I don't hear nobody around me talking about local politicians. Like,
I did. I voted for. I mean, I'm not gonna BS. I don't follow like, oh my gosh, I am so faithful. I don't that though. Yeah. But I did do some research because I knew I was going to vote today. So I did, more than just a little bit of research. I've looked into different people, and it was some people I was like, and there was some people I was like, and then I was like, oh, you win by default. So just saying, always you having to pick the lesser of two evils.
You don't have to do nothing.
Or you can be like that and not vote. And then
you can choose not to participate. If you believe either one, you have the right to not participate.
And you're like, oh, look who everybody voted for. Well, you weren't one of those votes, so you should have been a vote, because you never know. It could come down to that one vote.
Yeah, see, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Votes. It could. I'm just saying.
A lot of times since the last 3 years, it's coming down to a lot of votes, and she's dominated the votes. So we know it can come down to one vote. We've seen it happen. Again, as I say, at the end of the day, we're gonna really see how it's working. You see how it's working. Yeah, especially if you definitely believe in the system, you should definitely be all in, and you should definitely be voting. Again, everybody votes for different reasons. Like you said, some people are voting for morality. Some people are voting for. Who's going to be the representative of our country.
Flashback said it is 270 electoral votes to win.
And did Obama win? Did he win with like 273, or they stopped after 273? Can't remember the numbers. It's pretty, I mean, listen.
Oh, I don't know. For Obama, no. Eso fue que when he got close to it, because you didn't need 270 to win.
Okay, so Bernie Sanders wins re-election in Vermont. Trump wins Indiana. Kamala has won Vermont presidential contest. So yeah, and you knew that Vermont has always been a liberal state. I lived in Vermont for a little bit. Vermont is a beautiful place to be. As a black man, everything is good as long as you ain't up there selling drugs. The northern lights are beautiful. Man, Vermont's a beautiful place.
Flashback said even
higher learning, higher towers, higher level, whatever it is out
¿Qué
there.
pasó con el
What's that?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm just watching, looking through the things. You know what we can do? We're gonna go ahead and sign off, and we can stay up. And a lot of people are gonna be up, and when it starts getting juicy, we can tap back in. So we go ahead and take a little break, rock out for a little bit, everybody unwind. And okay, so it's almost 8 o'clock.
You don't have nothing funny for me tonight before we sign off?
I mean, you know, I don't really grab anything. If you want to grab up and pull some things up, then you're definitely more than welcome to do so.
You had something funny.
You know, I mean, I guess in my brain, I know a lot of people
Porque todo el mundo está
are
serious.
focused on.
That's why I was saying that, because everybody's so serious.
Yeah.
Let's crack a little jokey joke. Maybe I'll find some jokey jokes to crack with y'all when we come back.
Yeah, so, matter of fact, you know what? We might just stay on and just zone out for a while. You know what I need to do? You know what
Oh my gosh.
What's that?
I just was thinking. Why doesn't root beer become a flavor of ice cream instead of making a root beer float?
You want to see something funny? I'm not even gonna tap into that stuff. Let's go watch something funny. I got something funny for you. I got something pretty funny. Watch this.
It better be funny.
Listen, I be watching these, bro. These things be hitting. Let me check the volume on this. I might have took the volume down. Yeah, I did. So let me bring this back real fast for you guys. Internet gonna be rocking because everybody's up watching. Watch this. See if it lets us play.
Take this soul as a sacrifice.
Hi, Mother Priestess.
Oh, is that Cardi B? I'm sorry about Offset, but good news. You got another one in the oven, right? Hopefully it's a girl. It better be a girl.
I hope so. I'm just a little nervous, a little shaky, a little overwhelmed. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean...
Cardi? It's good. It's good. It's good, Cardi. Cardi? Okay. She's broken, ladies. Come on, let's go. Oprah, Michelle, Marina, I need to speak with you all, please. Get your hands off me. It's high Mother Priestesses to you. I just need some help. What help could you possibly need from us? We've helped you. Megan, come here. Come here, sweetie. Come here, Megan. This is what a black woman from Houston looks like. She's our new protege. Look at her. Look at what she did for you and Jay, for Rock Nation. Yo, my NFT album is going crazy, man. I told you, we don't need the labels no more. We could be independent. Forget Jay-Z. Fuck Rock Nation. We could do this together.
I can't do that, Tori.
Whoa. I'm just saying.
This ain't for you. This is for me.
What you doing, Megan? Oh, shit.
Rock Nation for life.
Damn, bitch.
That was so hard on me, Mother Priestess.
I know it was. We sent her to help you and your husband, Jay. And what did you give us in return? Worthless lately. Is that Sexy Red over there? Sexy, come here. Pound town. My goatee pink. My booty hole brown. Hello, Oprah. Do you see, Beyonce? This is who you need to be like. Cowboy hat wearing ass. So sexy, you were telling me about that booty hole being brown again? Big face, bitch.
These cartoons be in. I ain't gonna front, man. Listen, These cartoons be hit. I ain't gonna lie. These my dogs right here. You gotta go check out Morbid Melon, man. That's exactly who this is. If you can see it down there. Matter of fact, let me pull this over here so you guys can see it one more time. Go check out Morbid Melon, man. Go. Let me go mute. Let me block
I
that
can't
out.
deal.
You block that out real fast. There you go. You go see that right there, Morbid Melon. You see I am subscribed, so they don't mind me playing their videos. When you subscribe to people, they don't care. And so, hey, you know.
Cartoons is out of control.
Yeah, these cartoons are out of
control.
This world.
They're out of
Listen, this is the world we live in, though. This is the world we live in to where, you know, you can say and do pretty much what you want. People are fighting to be, you know, far, I ain't gonna say liberal because I don't think anything's wrong with being liberal, but the far left are asking for, expecting some things that are crazy, just like these far right. They are just out of their rabbit ass mind. You should at least have some type of education to be able to speak on any of this type of shit. I mean, it's just crazy, man. But I'm so happy that we're here. We are finally here. This is the podcast Cohort Facts. Proper education, proper entertainment. That's what we provide, man. Shout out to Frankie D and Flashback. This is Cohort Facts. The song, I should just drop this. I should just go ahead and talk to them and just drop this back again on one of the pages. This is a great song. Is all I say to you. Oh no, these are the cold hard facts of love and life we're living. You know, let's take the time to learn to love. Cold hard facts of love, no doubt about it. Cold hard facts of living. Love having your own music, your own business.
Well, now Dave said, "Vote for me and I'll set you free." The Temptations, 1970, and the band played on.
Hey Dave, you know what? Hey Dave, it was a song you put out. I don't know why I can't remember. I actually just made a beat out of it. You had put it up the other day on one of your pages. It was an older song. It was looked like a blue 50. What
was it called? A blue 50?
No, it's actually something he posted on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
It's a record that he had placed on Facebook, and I can't think of the name of it. If he taps into it before I find it, then so be. But yeah, let's see. Go to this page and look. Tell you what it was. Not Betchy by Colorado. Nope. Oh, the Ambers Baby. Yes, shout out to the Ambers Baby. I Need You. Man, I jumped on that song yesterday. Just the beginning sound of it coming on, man. I jumped into that, man.
He's handling it.
I've been tapping in. I'm gonna play a little clip of this. You just hear it when it first comes on.
He said, "Sunlight dropping some undeniable flex."
Definitely. Listen, that's what they do. Let me bring this back real fast. Listen to the beginning of this real quick. Yeah, I tore that up right there. I tore that joint up, boy. Y'all listen. Shout out to Dave for that, man. Them boys, I had them in here earlier before I did the podcast. Got set up earlier, so let the guys come through, man.
I don't know why Flashback's messages keep getting retracted.
I don't know. You know, sometimes it can just be something silly. We have to go over there and look.
I can't
see what it is.
I went to go read it, and then it.
Yeah, because I don't even have any moderators on here, so all of his messages are getting rejected. Let me see something. Let me see something. Let me go to your messages. Let me see what we got over here for you. A pen to go to channel activity. Let's go see.
No, esa es la versión de él. That's not it.
Yeah, no, this isn't it. I was gonna you know what I'll do, Flash? I'm gonna send you something, Flash. See if you.
Me cago en tu fucking pie.
Oh man. Oh my bad. What are you gonna send? You gotta, it's a keyword. You can't.
Ya yo lo hizo.
There you go. Say, maybe gotta put batteries in it. Who knows? It's something little, but you gotta just. It is what it is. I'm gonna send you a moderator joint, and then you can go ahead and tap into that flashback and see if you get that. It should allow you to be able to be a part of. You'll actually be in charge of watching it. And tell me if you got that link. I don't know.
Que tú lo pusiste ahí. You put the message right there.
Well, that's because that's where you just sent it from. But it said that's what you just said. Hey, right?
See.
Right, but I did it under the channel activity, so I don't know if it's going to send them something. Hopefully it does. Yes, that was the song right there. Amber's Baby, man, that thing was beautiful. I love that. So I don't know if it's going to allow me. So I'll put you up there, Flash. See if you can put something in there now. See if something comes up. Okay, so we got it's the 2070. We got that. So we'll see what else is going on, man. I think everything is came in now in the house. Okay, Flash, I think I got everything locked in for you, so you should be good now to make any adjustments that you need to make. So shout out to you. So listen, man, what you want to do? You ready? You want to rock out? I'm gonna wait around to see what Flash had to say. See if he got that message to come in now. There should be no problem.
Sure. Why not?
You got some videos or something you want to play?
I have nothing ready for tonight. It's not my night.
I was saying nothing. Of course, it's not your night.
I just didn't have anything ready.
You don't need anything ready. This is the person about listen here. Just use it. Use the mindset of an academics. He can sit online for 8-9 hours and just pulling things up and running through with the people. So it doesn't have to be anything specific. But if you don't have anything, we can just tap out. That's what I'm saying. I was just giving you the.
Well, then I guess we'll be back, guys, later.
Okay, so listen. This is the podcast. We're gonna jump out of here. I'm gonna play this song one more time because.
Black sheep of the family. I know they really can't stand
I did that.
But I deserve me. Black sheep of the family.
Nah, yeah, look at you.
I'm like, hold on, I hear two things.
And I deserve
yeah.
The black
I just made this beat, man.
No, they really can't stand me. But I deserve me a Grammy. And I deserve me them Zannies. Black sheep of the family. I know they really can't stand me. But I deserve me a Grammy. And I deserve me them pennies. The black sheep of the family. No, they really can't stand me. But I deserve me a Grammy. And I deserve me them Zannies.
He said he gon' slide, okay. Guess he wanna die, okay. I'ma walk him down, stand on top, and I'ma shoot his face.
Yeah, they clicking for this one.
That nigga's bitch, I did not know that was his bag. How you wanna play? Don't say hoes, I don't wear cape. When I shoot, she hold the wheel, then hit the crib and feed me grapes. Feed me grapes. I be smoking so much ops, I hit the wood, go outer space. Catch an op, show no remorse, I wear all black, just like I'm Blade.
What you say?
Flashback said he likes his work. He said, I like his work. And Dave also said, I told Flashback that he was on watch, which is why he always has technical difficulties.
Well, Flash, you good now because I just gave you moderator status, so you should be able to rock out of here now. There you go. You good now. They can watch us though. We ain't doing nothing. Every dollar over here legal. Understand that. This the difference with me and everybody else when it comes to this business. Everybody know I know the business. Everybody that came across me know I know the business on a different level, man. There's a lot of people out here doing anything. When it comes to knowing how to actually move through these dialogue and the music, I got it. I know how to manage everything. I'm a one-stop shop, man. I'm a one-man game when it comes to this music, man. And the one thing about the beats and the sounds, man, they always different, man. Listen to that. Yeah, listen to that. Listen again. 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 Black sheep of the family.
I know they really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them pennies. The black sheep of the family.
Man, Lucci came in and just started saying it. I'm like, yo, put it down.
Deserve me them Zannies. Black sheep of the family. I know they really can't stand me, but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them pennies. The
black sheep of the family.
No, they really can't
boys
stand
be working,
me,
man.
but I deserve me a Grammy, and I deserve me them Zannies.
Now y'all know what that is, right? And of course, What you say?
Flashback said, how you know I can't even share the show? Is it just me? LOL.
Well, again, Flash, hey, listen, you know what it can also come down to sometimes you got to check for is like you can just hit one silly button and everything will change on you in 2.2 seconds. So, that's how it goes, man. And then, you definitely could be watched. You got to, as you get older, you start not to care. You start to say the things that's always been in your mind, It's like, yeah, you start to get, you start to just get tired of playing the game. You start calling things how they are. And you can end up on the watch list.
The radar beeps heavy when it comes to the Sunlight Production umbrella.
Hey.
So it's not unexpected. It is expected because we know to always expect the unexpected.
Always. Yeah, I got time. This Glory, man. I played this earlier.
Do something I gotta do. IOU, ICU. It's the least I can do. Pick and choose. Hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life or death. Choose life or death.
Yeah, I know. Just listen to the feel of this.
As I walk through the valley of shadows of quick with two threes in my tactical. Yeah, I got time today to get back to you. Nothing I wanna do, something I gotta do. IOU, ICU, it's the least I can do. Pick and choose. Hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life or death. Choose life or death. As I walk through the valley of shadows of quick with two threes in my tactical. Yeah, I got time today to get back to you. Nothing I wanna do, something I gotta do. IOU, ICU, it's the least I can do. Pick and choose. Hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life or death. Choose life or death.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, I be working, man. I be working. I be laughing. You know why? Because this the hardest part about doing music, especially the blessing is that I have the ability right now to spend time working on the craft, working with the guys, putting something together, because we have plans and people don't understand. People think I was talking to young boys. I'm like, yo, I got a 5-year plan. I started off with a 5-year plan. I accomplished most of it, and I'm actually accomplished all of it. And now I'm going into my next short-term goal, which is 5 years. And again, life is a marathon. It is not a hustling and living that life. It is not a career. If you're gonna do it as a job, but me, every dollar legal, everything I got, everything I've been doing since I've been out, every dollar is legal, so I'm not worried about nothing.
Listen, Flashback said those who can sing and play our songs is those who will prove they're down.
Hey, listen.
Dave said, Flashback, I am trying to keep it light this evening. And the Flashback also said, you got back in town. Mainline said they got me.
Hey, listen. It's trying times in the jungle. It's trying times in the jungle. That's all I'm saying. It's trying times in the jungle. Let's see what's going over here with these with this stuff over here. Let's see what's going on new.
What's going on?
Let's see. House at this hour, 435 seats. Also, again, I guess it's very light. It's very light.
It's very early. They need 218 to win. So far, the Republicans are up. Right now, it's looking like Trump is in the lead. As you guys know, it's going to teeter back and forth throughout the night. Kamala will take it. Trump will take it. It's going to keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
As far as nationwide, leading in the county is Trump at 54.7%. Harris is trailing behind at 44%. Popular vote right now is Trump, 7 million plus, and Kamala at little less than 6 million and a half.
Well, again, like you said, it's very early.
It's very early.
And as you see, she's not that far behind as of these numbers. The difference being 1.5 million at this very moment.
It is 8 o'clock, y'all. So if you are not
start
in
kicking
line
in
and registered
in New Jersey.
In New Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey. Shout out to Jersey.
If you are not in line and already registered to vote, guess what? You lost your chance. You blew it. You blew it. I don't want to hear I should have, I could have, I would have, because guess what? You could have voted earlier. There was time for you to vote. You didn't have to wait until today, stupid. So that's your fault. Boy, it's the truth. They did it.
Hey, listen, I love you and your vibe. You rocking out. Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl.
And for those of you who do not know, like I said, 8 o'clock is the closing time for the polls in New Jersey.
Hey, Flash, you can call in. Just call my line, man. Just call my line. You can call if you want to call in.
Flashback, you can always call in. We love to hear it. I know y'all trying to get me to call in. LOL. Mira, but llama, call him, Dad.
It's early. I mean, it's early, though. We just rocking out.
What was I? I was having a moment in my blonde. Oh, the polls closed at 8 o'clock. Sorry, I had to go back in my brain and find what I was talking about. The polls closed at 8 o'clock, y'all. So if you didn't do your due diligence and go vote, stupid, then you... Why you look at me like that? Stupid. It was you. You did the timing. Stupid. That wasn't me. If you didn't go vote, you already heard me say it once, twice. I'm going to say it again. Stupid. You should have voted. I don't want to hear anything about anything that happens in the next 4 years if you didn't do your own due diligence and put your vote forward, because every vote counts. Some of the polls close at different times.
Different places.
So just make sure that you look up your local polling place that you're supposed to be at. I'm trying so hard not to say the word that though. Look at your polling places that you're supposed to be at so you can go ahead and cast your vote. Make sure that you guys grab a drink, because a lot of you are going to need it tonight when the president is announced.
Hey, matter of fact, I'm glad you just said that. No, because this is the podcast. Hey, you see that cash app right there? Is anybody? I need somebody to sponsor us on that 40, homie. Y'all go ahead and hit that cash app, man. We celebrate on y'all tonight. You hit that cash app.
Something to think about. Frankie D in Flashback. He wants to hear that.
Oh, something to think about. I gotta find that song because I had actually taken this out.
Voice in.
I had actually taken this song out. What you say?
It's okay, dijo Ramit. He said, put that 6ix9ine voice in, and then at the Flashback said, "Oh, that's a good one, Black Sheep."
Black sheep of the family. Yo, that was
when he said it. I started laughing because I was like, bro, how he know who I am?
Who?
Black sheep of the family.
Lucci?
It hit good.
Oh, yeah. I see.
It went over your brain.
Yeah, because you came, everybody.
Not everybody, just
you.
You
wasn't, it wasn't you. It was Brazil. It was Zilla and Bree was here earlier when everybody was here. Actually, Bree wasn't. Zilla was here. But, yeah.
Over his head. Like that.
Senate seat, okay, 42-31 on the Senate seat thus far. Again, like I said, it's so early. That's why I don't even want to get into the in depth in the conversations.
It's okay. We're excited about talking about the different things. It's exciting to see it, and listen, other people that we putting in their life, we changed it because they was boring. We don't give you boring shit here. And also remember, you have to go tomorrow to find out what Mo 3 Times has to say about the results of the election. From what I see here, 2025 policies and election hijinks, campaign clashes. What are you counting on? He wants to talk about it. It's another we episode over there on Talking Shit and Getting Clicks with your host Mo 3 Times. And as I like to call us, we are They Jump Out Gang. We are in the conversation all the time. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button. Do not forget to tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 when he goes live. Super excited to see what is in store. Y'all know he has the phone lines that be open. You can call in, talk about it, and yeah, I'm excited.
I won't be calling in.
I just might.
I think it's what it is. I think it's my voice. I think the way my voice is, I kind of got like that. The way I talk is like real fast. I'm real good on reactions. So it's like
you sometimes come off like
arrogant. I'm Jersey. We all sound arrogant.
You come off like a big ass bull mastiff. When you're not really a big ass bull mastiff. No, you're not. You're just a bully.
Am I a bully?
Not like that. I'm talking about the dogs.
See, you confusing me with your pig Latin. I'm just saying, I don't know what you talk about anymore.
Okay, well, sometimes you come off like an asshole, and you can be one. Is that better?
Intellectual asshole. Listen, I am known as the intellectual
asshole, but he's not an asshole. He just speaks facts, and sometimes the facts are too hard for people to swallow.
That's why I don't.
No diddy.
Yeah, that's why I'm lukewarm on this one. I told you I wasn't even getting involved in none of it. I just refused. I didn't like either one, to be honest with you. I like things on both sides, but ultimately I was just like, nah, not for me. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be a part of this. I'm okay. Some people are like, yo, you still gotta vote for Jersey, this, that, and the third. But I was gonna be honest with you. What would I vote for? The only thing I know about is the only thing that really bothered me.
I didn't know this part, but I don't think, based upon how the things were set up, I don't think you had to pick. Okay,
like you didn't have to pick. You could have just went down and did the others instead of picking the major two, right?
So when you had the two columns, you had to pick. You know what I mean? Like this side or whatever, right? So when you go to pick the side, when I first went, I didn't put the president at first. I did the other stuff. I told you the shit that I was known for, and then the last thing I wanted to do was the president because it was just my own little death. Right. So when I went to go, I almost forgot to hit the page back because I was so excited. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And when I hit next, I was like, hold on, I gotta go back. And then I went back, but
the things people find joy in.
Yeah, I was so excited. I was so giddy the whole time. I was super excited to vote.
I can imagine exactly what that looks like on a normal day, so I can imagine what you was doing in there.
No, pa tanto.
Hey, flashback. Have I told you? Flashback. Let me tell you something. Remember when we had to go do this? You had the show in Philly. You was in the movie, and Clifton Powell was there. You remember that?
We went to back in time.
We went to listen. Let me tell people, right? We went to go see Flashback. I forgot what the name of the movie was, but shout out to Flashback. He was in a movie. Had a part. He playing his flute, doing his thing. But we watched this movie. Now, Clifton Powell. If anybody doesn't know who Clifton Powell is, that is Pinky from Friday. The Jerry curl and the pink jacket. That's Pinky.
Ay, no te ponga, porque
man,
you already did that.
Man,
not for nothing. All right, let's go to the next topic.
She lost her mind when she seen him. I felt like the dude in the Heartbeats. You know how when the Heartbeats.
Being extra.
Remember how in the Heartbeats and they were singing at the end? Is there a house? Is there a house in the night? Stand up. And then he started breaking it down, and old boy had the old boy that had the toilet bowl.
He said she voted for Trump. LOL.
Who, her?
Why you say that, Flashback?
She's a dim.
Why you say that, Flashback? I need to know why you said that. That's why I'm excited to see who wins, but I'm gonna let y'all know who I voted for.
It's because of the conversations that everybody just assumed because of what I was saying that you automatically was agreeing. I was like, she's already different. I wasn't even voting.
I laugh at so much of the conversation that comes in because a lot of people are like, oh, you're Trump supporters. Oh, she's brainwashed. She's brainwashed by him. She's a Trump supporter. No, I'm not. I'm just speaking on the different facts that.
Okay, we got Flash in the building.
Hi, Flashback.
Yeah, y'all won. Y'all got me to call in. You know how I get when I can't get my point across.
Yeah.
What you was asking me?
I forgot which part. What was it? What was it? We just
You're talking about the movie with Pinky.
Oh, he was just saying. I was excited when I see
how when he sat in front of us when I wanted to sit to the side. Man, he came. Remember when I don't know you. He don't remember because he didn't there, but he was behind it. We were behind him.
He was in the other side.
Oh yeah, because he was. Anyway, he came and sat like right in front of her.
Me.
Man, she broke down like a shotgun to the point where
I was like.
She broke down like a shotgun. Oh, you see how good she is? I look.
I did not get like that.
I looked at her like,
no te ponga.
Is you?
He's being exaggerated.
Listen, if he would have caught her behind stage, she wouldn't have came home with us that night. That's how she was. I looked at her and said, yo, check yourself, woman.
Anyway.
You playing yourself. Or at least playing me. Shit, I came with you. They gonna look at me like, well, look, he with her and she over there with him. You look like a sucker. I almost slid off the seat a little bit. But she was happy as hell. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
Is out of this world right now. We need to bring him back to reality.
Well, look like back to reality. Why you say that a lot?
What you say?
I said, look like he get that a lot. I remember at our own family reunion.
What happened?
Remember when a cousin didn't know.
Yeah. He was on her like right on rice. Remember at the family reunion? and my cousin from Detroit came over. It was like, yo, he was gone. I just look at it. I'm laughing like.
Wait, Dad. Wait. And Joko Wumbo, me being, hi, nice to meet you. Hi, I am. I say, hi, nice to meet you. He said, who are you related to? I was like.
I just looked at him.
He
said, hey, cousin, hey, listen, cause
It was like, that's you?
I'm like,
damn.
Look, that's it. That's my baby mom. He like, yeah.
She was supposed to say, I'm your cousin.
Yeah, I'm your cousin.
I didn't know who he was.
They knew dead well she wasn't that cousin. She looked like she was one of the exotics walking through the building.
I didn't belong. So, and then when I started talking, it's even worse.
Yeah, I be chilling out, but listen, I'm smooth as a fan.
I was cracking up. But anyway, that's funny as I forgot about that. The flashback, why you said I voted for Trump? I'm curious.
No, I was just teasing you how you was talking about when you went inside the polls and got so excited.
I was excited.
You probably seen Trump name and was trying to stab it out the machine, knowing how you are. That's how you roll it. But I got some gossip.
Let's go.
Dale.
Yeah, well, Brazil went to vote today. She was the one that was coming back giving me the information. And the funny one, she was saying that she's the one told me about the guy came in with the MAGA hat and they almost got into it because he didn't want to take it off. Then right after that, said a guy came in with his Confederate T-shirt on and said, one lady, one woman said, I know he's voting for Trump. And he overheard her and said, they almost got into it. Yeah. And she was telling me that this lady, this is the funniest part, she said this lady, and that's why I was teasing you, Stone.
Uh-huh.
She said that the lady was had to use a walker. She was disabled. They said she went in the booth, and that's what she did. So she hit Harris by mistake, and said they heard her holler out, I don't want to vote for Harris. I want to vote for Trump.
She needed some help, people.
Yeah,
Brazil said she was in the middle of it. I was like, no, being there gets instigated, do your vote and come home. And then she said, some of the faces, oh, by the way, she said, after they was trying to take care of the lady, she said the husband, he looked like he was all bent over and crippled. And said while he was helping her to leave, said he dropped his wallet on the floor. So she said she was being a good Samaritan and picked up the wallet and told her, said, sir, you dropped your wallet. And she said he turned around and looked at her. This was the word she knew. She said she looked at her like she was dirty.
That's what she said. Said he looked at her like she was dirty.
Yeah. She said he looked at her like she was dirty. She said, and he didn't even say thank you. She said, I should have dropped his wallet back on the floor. Trying to bend over to pick it up. But I just wanted to share with that, but I was having problems with my phone. For some reason, it wouldn't even open up and let me share you guys tonight. That's what Mainline was saying.
Yeah, and it wasn't
I'm on the radar. But
it wasn't letting your messages go through either. It kept saying like the messages were being retracted.
Well, I had to retract a couple of things because I don't think they like what I was saying. So I won't say it over the phone. They might blow my phone up. I don't know.
You know, they'll be watching you.
Anyway, the only correction I wanted to make, because while you was talking, like you said, my information I was trying to send back to you didn't come.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just letting you know that the electoral vote to win is 270.
Okay.
And I had made the comment, I said, even if Harris made the popular vote, I said it's the electoral vote that makes the decision. So I was saying that's one of the reasons. And politics, like I said, the game, that was just a safety net that they had put in all the way back from us voting, that it kind of worked with us, because even today, a lot of blacks still won't vote because of the electoral vote. They feel that their vote don't count. So on that sense, that's why I said that's one of their safety nets that they always had. And the last thing I was going to say on that, I said I was just repeating that a lot of people say when they hear what Trump's saying, and they take it as a joke, or I guess they're not really hearing the subliminal message. But when you put it all together, one thing he said when they asked the question, he said, when they asked about trouble with the election, if things came out, and what would he do? He said like this. He said, only if he loses, it'll be a problem. And then the last thing that he said that I was concerned with, he was talking about if he made president, when it comes to protesting and all that stuff, when he was become president, that's why I put the note, there would be no more protesting. Because he said if you protest against him or anything he don't like, he said he's going to put his own military and police. And subliminally, he talking about us. And if you think about it, I said if he wins, could you imagine even all the popular people that, again, when it comes to Harris, because you can see the true integration of America. Could you imagine if he went and they start protesting against abortion, or y'all have another George Floyd on your hand? That's what he talked about Watson, and he didn't do what he should have did to take care of the problem. So that's his whole preparation right now if he become president. So on that level, I just say like this, even with the majority vote, the reason why the majority vote is because what you asked a question earlier about us being minority, and what you're saying about the math, the whole psychological thing is they know that one day we will be the majority. That's why that electoral vote was already put in place for a time like this. That's all I just wanted to share.
Oh, well, listen, thank you.
We love when Flashback calls.
Love when you call us, definitely.
I definitely think that you're correct in a lot of things that you're saying, Flashback, especially, some of the points that you made about Trump and what his what he's already stated will be his intention if he does win. Basically, he's saying that he's going to throw a temper tantrum if he doesn't win. And if he does win, he's still going to throw a temper tantrum if you protest. So either way, he's throwing a temper tantrum.
You know what's crazy?
That's why I called him a Cheeto earlier, because he's going to be red no matter what. No matter what happens, he's going to be red.
Cheetos. They need to come out with a curry Cheeto.
I get curry Cheeto.
A curry Cheeto. Curry seasoned Cheeto.
Break that down, Tempe.
Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. A curry Cheeto.
Womp, womp, womp.
A bullshit? A bullshit?
Thank you. I hope you push that button, Storm.
Hey, listen, I hate it because to me, it's just, I do this because it's like adults watching kids to me. In this situation, I kind of feel like the adult watching a bunch of kids, like, fighting over the best Christmas present, this, that, and the third. Again, like you just said, it's just like we've said this before. If we know at the end of the day, the electoral votes are what win. So we can vote, and participate and ride and do all the little things that we do. And at the end of the day, the state people could vote Democrat and that person still go Republican. So it's like you said again, it's like you said, if your comment was saying basically like they put this provision in there in order to be able to micromanage the voting itself, then that's already voter fraud, wouldn't that be? If you're acknowledging that, you're recognizing that is already taken out of the people's hands somewhat to a point, unless there's some other information that's going on. But just the sound of it alone is basically saying that the popular vote doesn't count. And the electoral votes do, and that's the 270 out of the whatever people it is for the electoral votes. I mean, that just goes to show that it's not in your hands either way. So even if you're out here fighting,
it does matter. Your vote still matters.
Oh, break it down. That's what I'm asking.
Your vote matters because you have to put the vote in, and then when the vote goes in, it depends upon, for instance, like they say the swing states or whatever. Like each state holds a number for their electoral votes.
Right.
So when you do your due diligence, and so for example, McCrae lost and Banks is in, ¿verdad? So Banks is one of the people who are now affecting the electoral vote, ¿me entiende? And then you go from there.
Well, I'm not sure, but I mean the people that are fighting right now, the person that's in power is the electoral vote. Is that how that goes? Or is it, well, because like you say, if whoever the electorals are, because I'm not really sure how it breaks down, so I'll be great to let them know how that actually breaks. But
let's skip over the electoral vote and just give you the example. And, we had conversations of that. A perfect example of the Republican when they owned the House, as we can see now. Remember when Obama was president and McConnell was in the House, and right before Obama was getting ready to leave on his last term, and he was going to select the next Supreme Court judge for the Supreme Court. And because of the power of the House and Republicans, and the name of the game is just like their laws. And the bad part that's happened now that's become a reality that even with this generation, you can't hide that anymore because it's right in front of your face. As they said, you want to hide something for somebody, put it right in front of their face. And McConnell changed the rules and stopped Obama for putting the next Supreme Court judge in. Yeah. So after that election, you got to remember, this is what the Republican Party was actually set up as a reality to this country because of slavery, is that they already thought in the future where we at now that they will become a minority. They do have the fear of what you were sharing the other day about becoming sovereign when you're talking about the Amish.
Right.
And the thing about it, and this is what I'm saying about history, this I assume we forget, or the generation now that don't understand all the things that even right now they're trying to block from our history. Think about it. We was, back in the day after slavery, when we were so-called segregated, that they recognized that, hey, they're capable of developing and doing for themselves. So to answer your question about sovereignty, and when it comes to the Amish, to think that you can look back in your own history from Tulsa to Greenwood to all the times you look at the development of Black Americans had developed and was building it their own in this country, they destroyed it. They destroyed us, even to the point of what Trump's saying now, that we recognize the history of Tulsa and our own country, our own people. They drop bombs on us. So these are things that this generation needs to wake up and truly understand now. That's why they said for the first time in history, out of all the things that we know going back to the emancipation with Lincoln and the things that we see now of the country, even with the migrants, because of the fear that they're putting in their own people. And most of them that accepted, which became the mega party, all the way from the time of the Confederacy, where we had the Civil War. So this is where we're at now, where they said everything goes round. Nothing happened that doesn't go around, that even from your generation, just from yours to mine, to our parents and beyond, we're reaching that circle that always was the battle in America. And when you talk about the electoral vote, think about it. The same thing after slavery and America changed, and we still fought through Jim Crow and segregation and everything else. They wanted to set up what we still call today your battleground states.
Uh-huh.
And this is where we at now. And that's the fight that we're going on. That for the first time, they fought with the Democrats, because you remember, they said we're socialists. We're turning more to the socialism side. So the fear of that and the wealth in America, which what Harris is talking about now, that she said when she becomes president, that she's going to hit the wealthy with their fair share. And as you were saying, the corporation. So a corporation, this whole country isn't about a democracy, it's about capitalism. And this is the battle of this country now, that over the capitalism against the where we at now for a democracy that this country is still trying to build. Like you said, the democracy is still an idea that we're fighting over. So with this election today, this is where we at. And that's what Donald Trump represents, that even when you talk about the third party, I said today, what people doesn't accept or see, that the violence and the separation between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, and you see now it's kind of merging. Like you said, you got now Republicans going to Democrat and Democrat going to Republican, because they found out at the end the third party already exists 2024, and it's called the MAGA Party, and the MAGA Party is being developed against the Confederacy idea and mentality. They still hate the fact that they lost the war. I ended that. I want to go on.
I was going to ask you a question about the war, because I was looking up. I was saying when it was in Tulsa, I was looking to see who the president was. It says it was Harding. Harding was the president at the time. Ohio Republican Harding was the president. They spoke about he was the first one historically to go to a black college to speak, this, that, and the third. But when it comes to like the Republicans and the Democrat whole conversation, like, okay, so who was the Republicans, the North, and who was the Democrats, the South, back in these days? Then, which side was North and which side was South? Which was blue and which was red?
Well, during the time of Lincoln, you got to remember, as y'all say, Lincoln was a Republican.
Right.
So the point was, Lincoln became the first, what you so-called, that I told you in the history of the country. Right now, no difference from what the country was built on. There's three hated people in this country of America, different from any other country and nations. That's why Korea can do what they do, China can do what they do, Russia can do what they do, because it's of their people. That when you come to it and you hear it's the Jews because of the wealth, and they was considered the white niggas. Then you got the second one.
My apologies for that.
You got the second one that's not the blacks. It's what they call the white nigger hater. And that's what Lincoln had become from the Republican Party. He betrayed their party. That's what we miss out of the history and the story.
Well, what about Dred Scott? Dred Scott was Republican, so I know the story about Lincoln. I understand Lincoln. Even in one of his speeches, he said there's if it is between being inferior and inferior, and he said he wouldn't be inferior. He does. It's a inferior people and an inferior people. He spoke about this. So again, I get it. I understand that part, but most blacks fell under the Republican Party until about 1936 or so, and so that came into the transition of the voting period. So I look at it like neither one of the sides gave two cares about either one of us. They just had two different ideas of how to handle us. See, that's how I look at it. I look at it as two parties that had two different ideas on how to handle us. One party is like, man, I don't give them shit. Let them work there. Let them figure it out. Another party like, no, we need to help them, and they need this, and we need this. And then in time, we look at, like I said, because the Republicans and the Democrats, to me, I can see where they both harm. If we're just talking about our people, I see how they both have harmed our people throughout the time that I've been on the planet. And because I like to research and look back, I can see the program. So again, when we're talking about capitalism and the country, again, if we understand that America is a corporation, we understand that the money that we use is monopoly money. It's not actually backed by anything. It's in God we trust. It's not gold, so it's not backed by nothing tangible. It's backed by the hope and the faith and the belief that you believe in your country like you believe in God. That's what money is backed on, right? So once they separated money, and we're talking about capitalism, if we're talking about capitalism and our country as a business is in the hole, $270 trillion or whatever the number is that we're in the hole as a company. If we have other business people running around here making billions and billions of dollars in revenue and creating jobs and this, that, and the third, if America is in debt and they're using our money to go in debt, but these people that are in these places, whether they're Republican or Democrat, are creating laws that help them get richer, how do we win as a people when they're both doing the same thing?
Because this is where y'all at in this generation and everything you're saying. Let's just break it simple. If it's about capitalism and it's not about democracy, the country was built on slavery.
Right.
So the system is just what we were saying about the other thing. And I think Mainline said it the other day. You can't change the system. We understand the system. That's what I'm saying. Y'all the generation from us to from just the generation from mine that your grandparents just came out of Jim Crow.
Right.
It's not that long ago. So the battle, what's her name? I want to pronounce it wrong. The one that was running for president, and she made the comment that America wasn't about slavery, but it was about the economics. But she keep forgetting what set the fact that the economics of America then was built on slavery.
Right.
And where we at now with the Democratic and Republican Party, I agree with you 100%. We already understand the system. That's what they know. But what I said before, the point that we miss is the greatest game of America to play and rule like monopoly, as you say, with the money, just paper. And think about this. Then the biggest fear of all the things, and even out of all our rules and laws that we fought for, all the way to education, just to be able to read the Bible, first Bible book that they gave us. But the main thing we have to look at now is that the whole capitalism and game was slavery. And after the emancipation and after the so-called black man was free, we went through all the other changes, right? The sharecropping and all that, to the build of the banks, to even right now, the main thing that every black man in America and some white people that's understanding the system now, where they thought that they had the privilege, which they're fighting for, is the fact that the best thing that was pulled on us in America with the wealth, and that's why the example of Donald Trump is that the fact is called economic slavery. So the game and the system, and none of that changed. They just changed the rules. So when things get to the point that it's going to interfere with their game and their life, then that's the power of what he's setting up now with the Supreme Court. That, like you said, this young generation don't understand. They're not interested in all this stuff. That's why I said the things that we're sharing from our generation to you and the next generation, we keep saying it's not going to affect us. It's going to affect the next generation. Right. And that's what we're fighting for. And while we sitting up here trying to figure out how to figure out our bills just to get through next month, they sitting on the table just like us. All the wealth of the world is congregating together. And that's the scheme of Trump as a businessman. As a businessman, the only thing in business is to be ownership, is to be master.
Right. Yeah, definitely. But
So
can I ask you this question?
This is where we at. So this is why I say here, Kamala is fighting to run the country and build and try to create this thing we call democracy, which I call demonocracy. So like you said, when it comes to that, it's all wicked.
Well, yeah,
but the thing that you did with I'll finish right here, and I'm going to say something else. The last thing I say that I keep saying about Trump, when y'all say he's ain't a politician, he's a businessman, is the thing that you're seeing right now is the businessman don't want to run shit. He want to own it. And Trump fighting to own the country. He ain't fighting to run it for your benefit. So you have the first, as in our sense, we ain't calling him dictator. We calling him, he would be your first when you say, I'm still a slave. He's going to be the first one you can look in the face and recognize that that's what you truly are again. And that's what we're fighting with Project 2025.
But my thing is, we are already slaves. All we're doing is finding something new in a new campaign, because Trump has only been here for 8 years. We've been living longer enough to see this happen before. See, I understand that right now, like every year, it's like football season. When it comes to Super Bowl, everybody's got to get their numbers up. And this, to me, is like the Super Bowl. And everybody's talking about who's right and who's wrong and who's this and who's that, right? So when I'm looking at this, I listen to what Kamala Harris is saying. She's like, look, I want to put more homes in here. We want to stop, the price gouging, the price rising up on rent, and now people are having homes. We want to build more homes. When I hear build more homes, I mean, does that mean like we're going to outsource money to companies and small businesses? And small businesses meaning.
No, you know what that means. Mm-hmm. Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what that means? It means no different when you come to, as you say, the handouts, and for years we keep saying, oh, what you going to do for us and what we going to receive. Basically, the only thing that I give credit to Obama out of the things that he tried to, as we said, and what we called it then, we said trying to make a change in this system. The only thing he got through to benefit us and America, not just us, is the fact, and what they say, they changed it and called it the Obama Fair for health.
Right.
But where we at now, what you're saying, that's why the main thing is to understand, and there's no argument or debate on that. Like I said, with the system, you're right. The system ain't going to change. But if you just recognize what white people need to recognize the most when it comes to privilege, and that's what they're fighting for, that the mentality and threat that's going to them is just what he tried to throw on us with the immigrants. What he said, the blacks going to lose their jobs. So what he's saying in his sense
he's saying factory workers, because that's what it is. We're all seeing it. We live right here. We see it. Factory works and all of that has been taken over, not necessarily because...
But here's the game.
Yeah,
that's what. Here's the game. What be telling the white Americans about the black ex-slaves? We're gonna take their job. So what was the joke? It's a black job because right now you have a black president, you got a black female running for president. Isn't that a black job now? That's the mentality.
Yeah, but I was under the impression that had to do. I was under the impression that had to do with the influx of people coming into the country and the jobs that they would be holding. They wouldn't be coming in holding lawyer jobs and big office jobs. They would be holding the small. Not every black man is poor. Not every black. We talk because it's not just about. Well, go ahead.
Well, I'll prove that example of that when it comes to us. And let me back up, going back to Harris. What she's trying to do is a beautiful thing. What she said, she'll do 50,000 for small business to start business, or she give 25,000 to a person trying to get their first home. But here's the game, like you said, on the system. Even if she do that, and we're laughing on that part, because guess what? Who you think going to benefit from that? Just like they benefit from affirmative action. Everybody but the black American.
I can't. But I see. You know what? I can't. I find that being like black boo-hooing. Because you can't have something to complain about it, then don't have it, then complain about it. If the system is what it is and is a workable system that's going to develop and do more, we can't. If the conversation is knocking what this person's saying and what this person's saying, and in reality it's all a game. We watched it happen with Obama with the 2008 when he had to take over the system because they had the home crisis where every day gave out these free loans out to people, first time owners, blah. We seen this happen, remember? And Obama had to clean it up, right? So we're seeing. So her plan is, look, what I said, man, shit, I'm gonna use that. Now I know what to do with that.
But guess what? This is what I'm trying to tell you. You're not going to be able to use it. What you got right now to use it that they give you $50,000?
The same thing they do with welfare. When they got the programs with welfare and HUD system, that they have it for people who have nothing, 80 kids, never had a job, don't work, women and men. They have these systems. It's not that it can't be done. My only question is, man, well, if you're going to build more houses, people are losing their houses, so you're going to build more houses so people can rent in them so that we don't have to worry about rent hiking. That means we're building more houses to hold down the market so that people can move in and have rent, not own homes.
We building more houses that the capital would take over and ownership, and even with that 25,000, like you said, when we try to do something internally to benefit ourselves. That's why I said we sitting at the table trying to figure out how to get through next month. They done sat at the table for 400 years.
Yeah, but you can't do that, because the reason why you have slavery is because it wasn't about white and black. It was about rich and poor, and the rich people created slaves, and the poor white people who didn't have slaves, there was a lot of them. Because a lot of times let me finish this real fast. Let me finish this real fast.
No, why? Because I'm agreeing. You just repeat what I said.
Yeah, but I want to. Let me take it another direction, though. I want to take it another direction. I just want to take it another direction. Let me finish this thought real quick. Let me land this plane. Okay. What I'm saying is, right? Okay, well, fine. We're going to forget that part. Let's just go into the end of it all. Again, you can. It can be Kamala Harris. It could be Obama. It could be Bill Clinton. It could be Mitt Romney. It could be Ronald Reagan. It could be Carter. It can be whoever you want. You've been living long enough to see the same type of drama. It's just a new face, new arguments. Trump is the newest one that we've seen a lot of the antics that have been right in our face, because he is a social media baby, and that's why he is definitely attractive to the people. So I'm not knocking any of that. What I'm saying about the system, I'm talking about the people who look at the system and see both sides are full of shit, and it doesn't matter what you vote for, your electorals matter. All these same little conversations we're having, I don't care who you vote for and how much it makes you feel better in this moment. If it don't make you feel better, like when we voted 3 years ago, everybody felt great. And then we had drama, and then now we're coming to the end of the voting, and gas is at $2.89. Things that could have been fixed didn't get fixed until the last minute. Right, so to me, I don't understand the system, Democrat or Republican. I think they're all the same. I think the ones that argue and sit are the far lefts and the far rights. The ones who argue about kids being in school and taking church out of books and taking church out of schools and all these different things. To me, those are radical people. These are people with their radical emotional feelings that are bringing things to the forefront. And so again, that's why they use the Christian country and this, that, and the third. Listen, we're talking about being liberal. We're talking about allowing men to be in women's sports. Women, they are no longer existing, but at the same time, we're arguing that they should be able to free to do it with their bodies. But at the same time, we're saying you should be free to do it with your bodies, and you're really not nothing. And to be honest with you, because if I'm a man and I want to be a woman, I am equal to you. So to me, that is the psychotic play in the whole matter. Either side you looking at is saying something that's off the wall, and they're both representing something, or not saying that each individual person as the presidents are representing, but what becomes behind them are representing. And again, only thing I said about Kamala, I told you about I wasn't going to vote, regardless of the fact that I wasn't going to vote for Trump. I wanted to know if I was going to vote for her. And again, I like the fact that she is better on the eyes, better on the conversation. She has fun with her. She has an auntie, as they like to say, the auntie vibe. But I also know that whoever is backing her, because she's not a businesswoman, she's never had business connections. She is in the field, going to the top to get in a place where she's going to be controlled by a lot of people. And it's just the facts of what it is. So that's what the argument was saying with her for being here for 3 years. We know that she was in the back burner, but now she's stepping to the front. So she goes under scrutiny. Trump goes under scrutiny. I'm looking at them both going, neither one of you are really doing anything that's going to actually help me. You can tell me you're going to do something, but I'm looking like, well, how are you going to do it? Don't tell me you're going to buy a Mercedes and you ain't got no money, because then I'm going to ask you, well, how are you going to buy a Mercedes? Don't tell me why me having a Mercedes is good. Tell me, how am I going to get this Mercedes? And then how am I going to maintain this Mercedes or this house? For those people who are first home buyers coming straight out of college or whatever, and like, I can get this link. What is the APR afterwards? What are the rates that are going to go up? How is it? Is going to be any arms on there? These are the questions ain't nobody talking about. They just talking about the ideas. So to me, that's why I'm going, man, listen, either way, I don't see either one of them doing anything that's going to actually impact me. I looked at the Democrats and I see an influx of mad people coming in here. I seen it literally in my little town that I live in, where the jobs had started started firing people, and then started hiring the temp services. And guess who came into temp services? Haitians, Africans, Dominicans, anybody was from over, they take I'm talking about in this little town we live in. Go to any of these factories that actually affect us and can impact our little city of Ireland. These laws that allow a lot of people to come in, I'm looking at people and I'm not knocking them. Man, you can come in here and get your trucks and your big screen TVs in your house and you ain't been here for 2 years, but people been living here their whole life. You gotta question things like that. You can't look at the guy and just go, he's a businessman, he ain't shit. Well, I'm not saying we know he ain't nothing, you won't vote for him. Why are you voting for her and don't make it about him? Make it about what she's going to actually do, not what she's saying. That's why I didn't vote. So again, me not being a voter, I'm not in that loop of it. And shout out to Paige because she said it best. She said it makes you feel like you're got to pick between which parent you're going to go to in a divorce. Either way, it's a bad look. Either way, it's a broke up family, it's a broke up home. So to me, again, like I said, everybody has their opinion on why somebody shouldn't be that. Shout out to Kamala Harris. Shout out to the Trump supporters. But me personally, I'm looking at all you buffoons and going, come on, wake up. It's just get money. If you ain't getting no money, you banking on these people to do something for you. The people getting money ain't banking on them to do nothing for them. They're good.
So we come back in agreement to two things. It's number one, from slavery, from the so-called bringing the African over to America, to taking over the lands of the Indians, and the promise that they made to their people.
But it's the rich people, not white people. Rich people, because there were black families, a lot of black rich influences.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
I let you talk.
Man, you done had the whole thing. Don't do that. You had it for 45 minutes quiet. I have to jump in here and say something, which I got to give you some type of combat. Now, come on, man. Can't let you just run the show all night. I just got to give you some type of something to get you going.
Well, you know what you did. You played, but I'm not going to make you call it. So you know what you're going to get.
I got to mess with you. I'm messing with you.
So, but I know in the conversation, this what we do in our conversation. That's what I'm saying. The thing that you throw back again is what you just said, that we just said about the
I'm revolution. Y'all, everybody's supporting their vote. I'm revolution. I don't care who you voted for. I'm revolution.
You know what you're saying about finances and ownership and everything else. Well, be honest. Let's have that flashback of what we were talking about. Let's go back to Tulsa. Let's go back to Greenwood, and let's come to the presence of what you said. Again, who you think the most feared people and the most problematic people that still exist in America because of physical slavery is the black man.
Okay.
So everything that you saying you feeling, here's the part on that. Everything that you saying and you feeling, the whole point, like you said, psychologically, the game is you're supposed to feel that way. So in other words, the biggest game I told you from the get-go of the system, of the country, of the world is called politics. And we know what politics, when you take politics, you know what that means. So at this stage of the game, that's why I said, the trick that they're doing now is beautiful when you think about it for the first time that you've seen, even dealing with politics. This is the first time we've seen the country becoming divided. And in the facts, like you said with facts, the reason why we know in facts that the country has finally became divided is because, again, they say from the polls and everything, whether Trump win or lose, and the power of capitalism, guess what? Like you said, as far as the game of making president, he already got what he wanted. the only thing that he will miss in his power of capitalism is the game that I said is to change the rules. So that's where we at now. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, everything that you're saying, I can't argue against what you're saying and what you're feeling. But the hope is when they still saying we're minority, but inside we're majority, maybe we have the power out of the popular vote and our positions of where we at. Maybe we have power to take control of the electoral vote, and that's what we're fighting for tonight. Like you said, the game ain't changed. We just trying to fight the game that we know how it was played on.
So if you keep trying to fight Mike Tyson and you can't win, when do you not stop fighting and try to do something different? Do you just leave it on your kids to do it? Because how long can you live? How long can you live getting beat the same fight and keep having hope?
Well, tell me this.
That's the question. I just want to ask the question and then I'll answer your question. I'm just wondering now. Nothing
but and you know me, like you said, flashback. I'm always going to have some my opinions to come back. How long is the Confederacy going to keep fighting to take control of the country after they lost?
Okay, say that again. Say that again. I missed what you said. I was reading.
It's been a long time. So
I was reading it as you was speaking. Somebody just was chiming in. I was reading it and I caught the ass end of what you said. And I didn't want to respond, not being sure exactly what you were saying. So you just say it again.
Now we're talking about battle and fighting and how long. I said, well, answer this question. Mm-hmm. How long is the Confederacy going to fight for this country after they already lost the war?
Well, I mean, those who are Confederates, those who still live on those principles, because they are here, I ain't worried about them. Like, I ain't worried about with somebody who, I'm not worried about them. As long as you ain't in what I'm doing. Because again, they not, it's nothing new. Why we talking about them right now like they ain't been here? You act like they ain't been here. You bring up Tulsa and everything. We can't talk about something that's been here like it's new. This ain't nothing new. It's the first time that a president has brung them out and exposed themselves. That's what you've seen. Trump is the first person that exposed how white people feel on the low. That's it. That when you hear MAGA make America great again,
I agree with
those white, not all, because I don't like to do the whole thing. I have a lot of friends, but those people who believe that. Those the one that you see running around. But everybody ain't doing that. But you know what? That's what you do. We give exposure. We give exposure to the BS.
And guess what? What you're saying? That's what I said. For the first time, we see factual of just what you're saying. I'm agreeing with. That's what I said. The whole cycle.
Recent times.
The trip is to make us think that we're seeing it differently. But at the same time, that's what I'm saying. We're finally to the point, and what you just said illustrated about Trump.
Yeah.
This is where we're at now. We see how divided the country really is. So 50% of that Confederacy is showing that's how powerful and where they're at in their stance now against that power in the game that we done snuck a black man in there. Now we trying to sneak a sister in there, and that's the problem. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing else when it comes to this game.
For the super hardcore racist that cares about the color of a person, yeah. But that's my point. For them. But every white man on this planet is not in that zone. They're just not. Every white woman is not in that zone.
Right now, it's showing 50% of America is like that.
What do you mean? If you vote for Trump, doesn't mean you're racist. Doesn't mean you even believe in that Peckerwood stuff or any of that. Just like if you vote for Kamala Harris, doesn't mean that you believe in your son and your daughter should be in the same bathroom together. It doesn't mean
not on our side, like you said. We're always protect that and protect color on our side, just for, like you said, for the sake.
We ain't protecting babies. We're not protecting babies. We talking about color. We're not even protecting babies right now. What are we talking about? We're not. The prime example is about our children. We're not protecting our children. The laws and the things that you're voting for are the people who are supporting that. So forget anything else. Forget that racism. What I'm saying is, let's just put racism to the side for those people because we're giving them too much credit. They are who they are. We know that already. We know that these people come out. They believe America great again. Some of these people actually mean make America great again is about the white man, and he can just simply like let's bring business back to America, right? But anybody can take somebody's feeling and go with it. I don't get into I don't know these people. When I look at the tactics again, I always say up until recently, Trump seemed to be the black people's man. So again, we see you can say something, do something, and it can turn to flip in politics. But I look at it all as one big game. We can spend many times talking about Tulsa and all these other places, the things that happen, and the Democrats, the Republicans, the Peckerwoods, we can talk about all that in the end. It's still.
But between our conversation, the reason I brought that up, the only reason I brought that up as a flashback is your conversation when you talk about being sovereign and talk about the Amish and their government and what they do.
That's what we need to do.
To bring that up is the reality of the fact that, like I said, every time we reach that point, they destroy us.
Who's they, though? You don't see both sides destroying us? Or you just see one side? What do you see destroying you? You just see one side destroying you? Because that's my point. They're both destroying you. You're picking one evil over the next evil.
When you said both, what you mean about both? Well, because we're not talking about race anymore.
We're talking about Democrats and Republicans and the party and the people. So, again, my thing is...
My point is, but that's what I'm saying. I know that the reason that you do your cross examination and hit him
because I'm not a voter. Once y'all lock in that I did not vote, I wasn't going to vote. You can't put me on the side.
I know.
My proof in the pudding. I didn't go vote and said I wasn't voting a long time ago and said why I wasn't voting.
My point. And this is my point for you and my respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, because you have your point of not voting, right?
Right.
And those who voting for Democrats, voting for Republicans, and I say again, the third party, voting for MAGA.
Okay.
I have
independent. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay.
To prove my point, I have a white friend. I have a white brother that I know. If I was in a situation when it comes to race, I know I would trust him as having my back to a stranger because he's a black man. So on that list, like you said, the racist side and all that side, that can go to the window. As long as we knew each other, just what you said. He's a Republican. He had voted for Obama in the side. He's gone with Trump mostly because of not because of the fact that Harris is black, but like you said, most of them talking about migrants and inflation and all that stuff.
Right.
And we can sit up here just like you. And my whole thing to the point of what we sit here and having this conversation right now is we can have this conversation. And the opinion and the thing of democracy and the freedom of speech is, like you said, that's the power and the beauty that we're supposed to hold in this country out of any other country in this world. But if it comes to the point that, like you said, as far as how we are in the position and in a sense what you're saying as far as the system, it's nothing changed. But I agree on the Republicans side what the brother's saying for me right now. I'm living proof that things have changed and better for us on our battlefield and our fight for justice, equality, and that slavery. It also says freedom, you know. So the freedom right now, as I said, is let's look at the communist country now, and those that are controlled by dictators. It should be the fact that what you're saying is okay, and what Trump is saying now that's different, that we dealt with back in the day with our struggles, is right now. As simple as a man that I am, or you said, to revolution, when it comes to the fact of what you believe and fight for. In this country, where we just had the simple power just to protest, even from our time as people remember, we protested peacefully without weapons. Those are things that, again, you have to keep in mind with my generation.
I thought y'all were silly. I was on the Malcolm X type time. See, different, same time, different movements. I thought y'all were silly that people sent dogs on you, all you niggas out there, and these little dumbass cops out here with billy clubs, and y'all letting them do what they want to you in a moment of peace and tranquility and turning the other cheek. I think it was dumb. I personally, but I'm not knocking anybody who felt like that. But I believe I was with the Malcolm X point. I was like, man, listen, we stick together. Ain't nobody putting their hands on none of us. Same thing we tell family to do all day long. So how are we going to tell our families to not let nobody else put their hands on them, but to go walk for peace while they whipping us with dogs? I ain't doing
it. And everything you saying now, and the feeling of this generation, and just what I said about your end of what you're going to die for. But the point is, on this thing, unless you're going to become humble in this system, and if this new system comes in hand that has nothing to do with democracy that is supposed to be built in the law in this country, then right, be prepared as far-fetched or fear or anything else. And that's what you have to do. This generation has to be prepared to die.
We should always be prepared to die, especially when you don't fear nothing but God. What's the purpose? What are you scared of? If you're afraid to die, why you live? So for those who feel like that, hey, listen, you need to wake up. But I think everybody in this world would die for something. If it's just nothing more than just your family, your mother, your father, your children, everybody should want to die, should be willing to die for something. But, you have people who would just, you know what, I'm going to turn the other cheek, and I just give it to God and let this life be taken from them in the hopes that they'll have paradise afterwards. And that's okay for those who believe like that. But some people just say, you know what, we tired of that. And some people fight their whole life and never make it, but they have the fight and the will, and they always fought. And then some people fold to the system. Again, because we're individuals and we have the right to choose in this country to have more choices politically than most other countries and continents on the planet. We have a broad spectrum of rules and regulations that allow people to be able to do what they want. But again, we also grew up in a nation where my forefathers, my grandparents, and all them grew up in a Christian nation. They grew up with Christian principles and Christian values and Christian morals. I don't see that as Dominican conversation. I mean, as a Dominican conversation. As a democratic conversation, I don't understand where God plays a part in your voting. With the laws, forget the person. The laws that the people are backing. How does that suffice into a person who is a true and living Christian? From the old school true and living Christians, we got new school Christians now.
And guess what? I agree with you, and like you said, on the side of the car. So why should you be upset with it? A woman decides she want to have a abortion or her way of health care. Or why should I be concerned if this dude want to wear a dress or this woman want to wear a mustache and pants?
I don't care about that. I care about the schools. Yeah. I care about the schools. My thing was my thing is about the children. We always talk about what the children need to have. We grew up. Listen, since I've been home. I came home 2014, right? Since I came home, I witnessed the LGBT movement grow from being a lifestyle that was its own business to becoming a world lifestyle where I've seen kids go gay just because and don't even understand it. It's just, well, this is what you do. I know people that were just naturally the way that they were, and it is what it is. But I've seen a lot of people who just did things because it seemed to be cool. I've seen that happen. We've seen this happen naturally. We've seen it within our family members. We've seen it in our friends. If you live long enough, you remember going from Leave It to Beaver to Black Beauty. What's that, Beauty in Black that we just watched? Where you got nothing but a bunch of Atlanta men sleeping with each other on camera. The buns, they showing us. So again, this is what's going on with our children, with that freedom of speech, and all that freedom is allowed to give to our nation of people, our children. Our children are growing up on phones and this, that, and the third. So if children are the way, and that's what we're worried about, again, we're telling children now, we're telling our little women, hey, listen, you don't need to keep a baby, keep whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. See whoever you want, get pregnant, go get an abortion. Nobody believes that's right, but nobody believes that you should tell nobody what to do, but nobody believes morally that you should play with your body and play with life like that, right? And then we also want to go into the point of, we believe now that men, and listen, this is the Democrats. This is what they argue. This is what they fight for. This is what your vice president is fighting for coming in, not Kamala, the little fat guy. This is what they support. They support these things. So me, just even I didn't care about nothing else, but that alone would have turned me off. Like, you actually are telling me nationwide, TV-wide, worldwide, you're telling the whole world that, hey, you know what? A woman is only defined by what she believes she is. See that flip of a coin when you talk about abortions, and then we talk about how the kids are being dealt with day to day, the ones that ain't getting pregnant, the ones whose minds are getting pregnant with the bullshit. See how that can be so much more intense than worrying about a grown-ass woman wanting to get an abortion? They're both viable, but look at what I'm saying about the children. So when you go to vote, you're voting for that too. You see? So when you went to go vote and you voted for who you voted for a lot of other things than the little things you speak on. So when we voted, you voted for your grandson or your granddaughter or nieces to go to school with a boy who says we just had it in Planet Fitness.
Here's the beautiful thing about that.
That's what's beautiful about that. That's nothing godly to be beautiful.
What's beautiful about that?
That's beautiful for the devil.
Guess what? Because, like you said, the game in the system. Because when that took place and was on the ballot, guess what? You didn't vote.
You said I didn't. You said I didn't vote. I didn't vote against it. Well,
not saying you directly.
I mean, if I did, so me directly, yeah, I didn't vote for neither one.
You know what I said earlier? The biggest thing they did, my mother said, the biggest thing with the popular vote and the game that they did with us was the fact that we would not participate in the game after we fought, where we know how the game is played. Then we sit back, and then the control of the system. Now, like you said, why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. That's what I'm speaking about. Me. What I'm saying is I said I didn't vote. That's not me complaining. But no, that's me. That's not a complaint. That's me expressing fact. That's not me complaining because I didn't vote. I wasn't voting for neither one. I said why I wasn't. So I'm not complaining. I'm pointing out a fact. Like you pointed out Tulsa and you pointed out the MAGA. I'm pointing out the same point that you pointed out. Why is mine change when you do it and don't change? It's the same mindset.
Because the point that you missed is, like you said, one thing for you personally, right?
Right.
One thing for you that you was concerned about when it came to this LGBTQ and the children.
Yeah,
I'm on your side. Listen to me. I'm on your side. I agree with the same thing. But like you said,
anything got the but is bullshit, Mr. Hatcher. You taught me that growing up. Stop it now. It ain't no but. It is what it is. Don't say but. Just let it be. It is what it is. Because if you saying that you understand that, but if you voted for Kamala Harris, then you can't tell me that at the same time. Because that's their major push. That's one of their biggest major push. That's not a little push.
That's the major push that MAGA, like you said, propaganda, everything.
That's not MAGA, man. You
on you because they got you just like they got many others. I understand that. That's what I said. There ain't no argument. Like I said, I agree with you. But guess what? When I vote,
do you agree with the boys being able to share a bathroom with the girl?
Guess what? Because when I voted,
yeah,
I voted against it.
Against what?
Just like marijuana. When I voted for it.
Right.
Just like abortion.
Was abortion on the ballot?
No,
or LGBT on the ballot?
No, none of that was on the ballot.
So what are we talking about?
My question again to you, Flashback, was: do you agree that you're? Do you agree? Hold on. Let me ask this question.
One of your fellow Democrats want to ask you a question.
Let me ask this question, and I don't.
Whatever.
I don't. Let me ask you this: are you okay with Quest going into the bathroom and another girl going in there and saying, "Hey, I'm using this bathroom too"? Is that okay?
Well,
or reverse it because Quest is a boy. Is it okay if it's your granddaughter using the bathroom and a male comes in there and goes to use the bathroom? That's okay with you?
But my point is, I know
it's just yes or no before you go to your point.
It's a yes or no.
My point that both of y'all missing, it has nothing to do with politics.
How does it? Okay, can you explain that?
My one question was just a yes or no. Do you agree with it or not?
I said it. I disagree.
No. I thought he said no earlier.
He disagreed?
Yeah, he disagreed with that. Yeah, I agree. I believe he said that.
Straight out.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but when you voted, did you still had to vote that you was voting for that power though when you voted? That's
because my point is
because we're supposed to be voting based upon the kids for the future.
Okay, right? Let me answer this when it comes to the system politics. Like you say, you can't change the system. You got to know it.
Right.
So the things that I can't change. And I told you one thing: if a person asks me a question why I did something, I'd be a fool if I say it was just because of one thing. All right.
All right.
So on that, like I said, no, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying what you missed, especially with him, with the conversation that I said, the biggest game and cover that they pulled on us because of the system when they created the electoral vote. If most black people, just like he feels, that I know, and like I said, in respect to freedom, but then in respect of understanding why I recognize that this system and the way it was created purposely, that we got to remember from the door, is the fact, out of all things, after we fought Brown education and everything, the biggest thing that we as a people, as Black Americans, had to fight for at the end of all things, that is the most powerful system that runs this country, is called politics. I even told my son, if he felt like that, the beautiful thing I can say about Trump is I agree with him. If Trump can run for president and he's a felon, then I say any black man that's out here, or any man, but that's the difference that I know and I see, as we say when we talk about facts and it's right in front of our face. That's the thing that I say, can I teach my son, and is it my responsibility to show him? Is it my responsibility that, again, as young as our children are, that when we with them in any situations and matter, when we see that, or they come home and tell us that, it's like he said, revolution. Then it's time to make a stand.
But that's making when that happens, that'll be you making a stand, not your people. Not your politic, not your political side. It'd be something that affects you, and then you stand up.
And you're right with what you said. But what you said, that's a non-voter. That's what you become on your stand, not the people, but for you.
Right. That was the point of me saying that when every time I speak on it, I kept getting labeled as a Donald Trump or Republican, even though I said I'm not voting for either one. The whole time this has been going on, I have been labeled as something that I've never been, and now it's voting time, and I didn't vote like I said, and now everybody else is going to change how they feel towards me or how they act, not me. I didn't let none of this ruffle my feathers. People let politics get in the way of being family. So when I look at that, I look at it. See, we're looking at the same pot, but from different angles, right? See, I'm looking at it. I'm looking outside. You're inside looking at. See, that's over here and that's over here, and I'm outside, both going, man, that's all that shit right there. They over there. They over there. They doing that. They doing that. It's this little group over here that's coming out of nowhere. It's really the crazy white people. Which you know what I consider them to be when you see the Confederate flags and the beer shirts and the race car hats. And I'm not saying that all people who do this, but we know what we talking about. Those ones that are in that complexion, they're just like the black guy with the goddamn shiesty mask on. They're the same people, just with different cultural aspects of how they live. They're saying that the bottom of the barrel mindset thing is the lost people or whatever have you.
And guess what? The saddest part for 2024, and if you know, and everything I know, it's a shame, but again, I know what I battled for, and I just said, and the consistency when it comes to brotherhood and black and white. It's a shame right now when I see what you're saying in our community and where we live. It's the fact that I'm not concerned about the Confederate man. It's sad that now I have to have my guards up against my own brother, and only because of just what you're saying. Even to politics, that you don't became president prejudice or became racist against your own because of the fact of their different beliefs, practices, what they do, how they live. So I'm with you.
I don't care how you live. I care about how you influence the children. See, I don't care. Listen, I know mad people that are gay. I don't care about your lifestyle. I don't. I care when the government starts telling me what is okay in my community. I have a problem with that. I have a problem when the government is telling me, hey, well, listen, this is what we expect. We think that this ain't even about gays. This is about transgender. We really talking about the 1%ers. Well, how we want the 1% of the people out there to be able to be in the bathroom, to be able to fight and be women. I think that is ludicrous. Now, you might not think. You might think, well, it is, but it ain't my business. Right? But when you vote for one over the other, you still voted for that. You say, I ain't going to vote. That wasn't what I voted for. I voted for this. Okay, so either way, if you voted, either side of it, you picked, either coin was evil. So that you chose to play the game, and I just chose not to. I don't make nobody wrong.
The thing that both of y'all missed when I said with the system and the government, you're complaining because what I vote for, but the worst part is because you didn't vote.
Not at all.
Second of all, like I said, whatever happened in this world, like you said, as a father, you're responsible for teaching them against what's going to happen in the world.
You're not responsible if the government says you can't discipline your child. Right? If you discipline your child, you can go to jail. Come on, we keep talking about these. Listen, we've been lost. I ain't saying this is Democrat or Republican. I'm saying as a country.
Because they taught our children.
Who?
Like you said, it's the government that taught our children.
Hold on.
That's my point. That's the point. The government is the ones telling us we're allowed to have these things we have.
The point that, like I said, hey, but here's the point that I'm saying on what you're saying. Again, it's not disagreeing with what you said, what you talked about the government, but it's the same thing you just told me in the minute. You went down the whole history of racism and everything. Right. You said, let's cut that out.
No,
and then you go to the religion. The point that I'm making, I said, and hear me again, I said, what you disagree on, or what you have a problem on with people, is that main issue.
No, it's their motives. When people tell me they're one thing and they don't show that, I question that. I don't care about what you vote. But if you tell me you're a type of person, and then your vote goes against that type of thing, and then when I ask you what's more important, is it this godly thing that we're talking about, or are we talking about her being black and being the first black woman, or we don't like Trump because he's racist? What are we talking about? What are we actually voting for? Was the biggest thing that all my Tuesday podcast was about. Why are you actually voting? All I was trying to do is bring critical thinking to the actual reasons why you're voting. Just like the Republicans go, we're strong Christian people. They say they do the opposite. We're strong Christian people. We don't believe in that. Okay, cool.
It's this conversation that on that point, But now, when you sitting here, you got answers and you got reason why you don't, and the reason why you're looking at people or what they do.
Because they judge me. Because when I did a podcast, I got judged by people. They called my show and judged me about what I was saying. So why don't I have the right to ask questions? You see what I'm saying? Feel the dialogue of what happened.
And this is why I was laughing at you the other day, because I know your key word is emotion. For the first time on that part between us, that's when I seen the part, not what people said, but it was what one certain person said. And because of that, the point I saw out of that whole thing, it was called what you said. Only thing that person was saying that he was fact checking. It was nothing personal about.
I don't know what you think. I thought so. I hear what you're saying, but I that doesn't resonate to what I was saying. Because even when he said about the fact question, because we watched it, what he said was, remember what I did 2 months ago? I said, what about the listen, let me finish this. He said about the color. So when he asked the question about voting, I was asking, my question when I said, are you talking about color? Because what I said next was, are you talking about my bait off for 2 months ago? What do I base myself now for? When I clearly said either way, I said, no, and I said this again. I said, if I was to vote, right? If I was to vote, looking at if I was forced to pick, and I had to pick, if I had to pick, I said I would have picked here for these reasons, but I don't have to pick, and so I'm not being part of none of it. So once I said that the first time, that should have been resonated. Not, well, he's talking about Kamala because he's really a Trump hater. That's people's opinions of what I said. I don't have a problem with people can have their opinions. I'm just saying, remember that they're just your opinions, and what I actually said is what I actually said. And if it gets to a point where you're asking me a question, then you ask me another question, and then you talk about 2 months ago, and I'm saying about the racist thing, and you go, remember the question? I did a whole thing about it. Who you voting for? And in my brain, I'm confused because I just did it last week, the Tuesday before that I look at Kamala's making that big push. So, yeah, I'm confused if you're not actually watching me dialogue week in and week out, and you tap in when you want to tap in, and then you jump on something I say. Anybody has been watching the show consistently understands what I'm saying. If you watch it for the first time, you're running with the ha, 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 ha. And I wasn't mad about. I wasn't mad about that. I was just still trying to point out, like, you do understand.
Guess what? I didn't even mention those names.
You didn't have to. You did the same thing he did. You talking about the situation without saying the names, and I'm smart enough to call it a spade a spade. I just said it.
But guess But and guess what? That's why you brought it out, and I brought it out because so you said it. That's why I said it. My thought, and then even you, again, when it comes to reasons why someone else might think of Phil, you just made statements on what somebody didn't hear, or what they tapped in, or this and that. That just jumped on the opinion. So that's why I said with you that I laughed at for the first time, because I said the main thing that he see that he don't understand, that I see when I sit back when it comes to a conversation or anything of your interest, I can see the fact that you want to see that, everybody got emotions towards something that they want to defend and fight for. That's all the place I was going with.
Yeah, I agree. I just didn't understand.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. I'm just a type of, listen, there's a lot of people like me who don't care about neither one of them, and they're looking at something bigger. I look at the fact that not only when Diddy caught this case, but a lot of people forgot that right before all this happened, maybe what was the day before all this happened, Diddy came out and was speaking about how we need to collect the black vote and have the black people come together so that we can have something to fight for. Same thing that Ice Cube did. You know, when we're talking about the black party, we talking about the MAGA party, why we don't have a black party? Why we can't have a black party?
Because you just told me a minute ago, Tulsa and Greenwood was in the past.
No, I did not say again. You're mixing two different things. That doesn't fit because we had the Black Panthers. We had the Black Panthers.
So I'm saying the question that you asked, that's the example that I was making. The question that you asked and what you said earlier is that we continue and we're still fighting. And the biggest game that he do in division that he always did with us, as we said, when we go back to slavery, making us feel, even with politics, that we're indifferent with each other. So now we can't communicate or be on the same page.
We can't as a people. We're coming out of that. When we talk about the kids, listen, there's a lot of colleges and a lot of college kids that are really out here participating. They're going to school, getting an education. They're doing more than just watching rap music and shit all day long. So we do have a volume of young, impressionable people coming up that are debating. They're going to campuses, fighting and rioting on campuses. We can see the same things that were happening in the 70s and it's happening in the 60s and the 80s. It's just happening again. See, I'm not, again, when I be speaking, I'm looking at it all. I'm looking at all of it. I'm not looking at one piece. It just if the conversation goes one way, I can go there. And if it goes another way, I can go there. But in the end, I'm still bringing back 360 the same point. If you're talking about Tulsa and we can't, I'm going to suspect or assume that the reason why we can't have a black party is because we don't have the drive, or we don't have the format, or we're a broken people. Well, why are we still broken then? We have all these freedoms, and we have all these freedoms and things to fight for. So what are we really broken about?
Because the key word what they took off the money is trust.
Who are we supposed to trust? The government that didn't want us?
No, here's the point. What you're saying is what the government did to us. As we try to build, as we try to collect in our part anything, what the system tells you. Remember the key word going on civil rights and Jim Crow. When we stood up in protest, even when we said that, okay, we got to get our ass whooped, because the worst thing that we can do in this stage of the game is just what you said about media and podcasts, when we first had the opportunity, was to expose to the world what they were hitting to the world when it came to the black man in America.
Right. They had to figure out what to do with us.
And think about it from all the parties, Black Panthers, Islam, you name it. The church came in because the first thing the government did was he had the power to infiltrate. And in the infiltration through the years, and that's why I said the foolish thing that we won't have is up for the fact is the Messiah do come back. If you teaching this generation, you sitting up here waiting for your leader, you got to be a damn fool. Right. This is where we at.
If you're waiting for your leader, which could be the Messiah, if you're waiting for the Messiah to come right now, that can be the leader. You're a damn fool. You need to just do what you got to do till he come. So if we're playing the system, because that's the problem with us as the black mind, we were never allowed to be a part of the system. And then when they came up with the fractional reserve system, the Federal Reserve System, they came with the Social Security card, they brung us in. And then we were allowed to vote and be a part of the system. And once we became a part of the system that was against us, we got swallowed up by the system. And ever since, we've been begging the system to do things for us. That's it. So yeah, if we were better off during Tulsa, yes, we had to go to war. They were kicking our shit down and burning us, but we were stronger people than we are now.
I think we're stronger in the game because one thing we know, I can't bring like you said, you don't bring it back to a gunfight. You can't bring you can't bring what they giving you, and that's the purpose that they giving it to you now. And it's funny when you talk about our children's generation. The worst thing that's happened to our children is not about them, and we ain't dealing with that about our children going to the bathroom with men and all that stuff. The part we dealing with is the next game. That how I see it is that. Yeah, and it's funny, a kid somehow, no job but nothing else, but they can walk around with a gun. And then on that
the American way? Isn't that the American way? The right to bear arms? Why can't an 18-year-old carry a gun?
I didn't say that. I said children.
Oh, yeah, these little 15, 12-year-olds, yeah.
Yeah,
who put them out in the streets?
Most of our violence ain't coming from us.
They're coming from the democratic cities of the black people. That's where they're coming from. All these little guns is in these democratic systems. I don't care if it's the white Peckerwoods bringing guns and drugs and dropping them off in the city. Guess where they're dropping them off in? A democratic city. These are facts that our democratic counterparts have not been helping our people.
Why I'm saying, if I want to play that head game, I could say it's the Republicans.
I'm saying it's both. I believe it's both. Okay, Kamala jumped up now. She's jumping up. The numbers jumping up.
But you pick the side. That's why I'm saying when it comes to things like that. That's why I said on the level with our conversation and conversations where we already know, we ain't even got to distract back like that. My point is, again, if my example of Tulsa, as far as fighting, like I said, revolution and being radical, which you become, like I said, just from the fact of the civil rights and all that stuff. The first keyword that they said that we wasn't America, we wasn't a democracy for protesting for our rights. The first thing that they called us, and this is what Trump calling us now. He said, you're communists. He said, you're the evil within. And I said, I can deal with my son going to a bathroom or any of that stuff, but I don't know if I'm ready and prepared to deal for the mentality of a man like that ruling my country.
And I'd rather fight a man that's going to fight me instead of fuck me. Sorry. I'm being honest with you. I'd rather fight a man that will fight me instead of fuck me.
Yeah.
If that doesn't hit home for you, hey, that's just my each his own.
That's what I'm saying. If you tell me to be ready to fight, he's coming to fuck you. But I love you, man.
Love you, man. Great. I love when you call in.
Yes, man. Thanks for calling in.
I love when you call in. Hey, Flash, good looking, Pops.
But I told you, I said, y'all don't finally get me to call in to talk shit.
The people need this.
This is the station where we talk shit.
Great conversation. We provide excellent entertainment, and we provide excellent education. Some
for
gonna
people
get it.
on the earth, and as we know, everybody from this planet is not from this planet.
So shout out to
Thank you so much for calling in, Flashback.
Okay, go with my big head. It's like I said, that's why I know my son.
Listen, these numbers are changing. Peace.
The numbers are definitely going up for everyone. Right now, we have Trump at 168, and we have Kamala coming in at 62, y'all.
Yeah, just remember, his numbers is always going to jump first because them big red stations, a lot of them numbers jump, but them little small blue states pack power, as you can see.
The road to the White House is definitely a big race right now. I would love to see who is going to sit in that seat. And we will find out tonight. Whether it is Harris, whether it is Trump, regardless, I hope everybody did their due diligence and voted. Even though we had a big discussion on why people haven't voted, I still believe every vote counts and you should still go out there and vote. Everybody has their own opinion, and you know what I mean? Like, whatever your opinion is, you're completely entitled to it. But I definitely think that you should be getting out there and voting so that way your voice is heard and you can make a difference and you can say, yes, I voted for whatever evil I chose.
Okay, so my turn?
Dale. That's loud, man.
And I'm saying it's time to wake up and realize that black or white, because a lot of us being black, a lot of our conversations be about black. But listen, you poor whites, you poor Asians, you poor whatever you is, Latinos, understand this. At one point in time in America, black people, after the Tulsas, after the 70s, or after the 60s, the 70s came in, and the power of the revolution came. From the 60s into the 70s, that power came. We lost Malcolm X in 65. We lost Martin Luther King in 68. And then after that, they killed Che, they killed Chavez, they killed a few other people. And then everybody that was left took government jobs or went to jail for the rest of their life. And then the black people disappeared. And that was the government that did it, both sides. When we stood up tall and we were standing up fighting for street lamps and things and cops running through the neighborhood and speeding cars, Something as easy as the Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seals and them out there in Oakland, California, fighting and feeding their children on the blocks. The government seen that as wrong, and that was the whole government. They felt that we were public enemy number one. And they concluded to work against us, lock us up, put us down, and then from there, we became drug addicts. The cities have been flooded with drugs and guns and all these things that none of these broke people can afford. So again, when we have all these M16s and we're having these AR-15s and all these different artillery guns and these switches, ain't no niggas make these things. They didn't make them. And when they ended up in these hoods where they have strict gun laws and they ended up on these hoods, where did they come from? How did they get there? You think it was black people running around making big gun distributions in their own town? Or do we understand that the government plays a big part? And even some of these other races, like we speak about the racist groups, some of these racist groups who will literally stack up funds just to come and bring, especially I think if Trump, like it's like we can even do conspiracy. If Trump doesn't win, what about these little crazy white people that might just feel like, you know what? You know all the ones we seeing acting crazy? The crazy ones. The ones that are then overexerted and doing all the extra stuff. What if they start to decide like, you know, we're going to just start pumping this next shipment into the area and just put it on high alert of high fentanyl and have mass overdose? Because this is what they do. This is a system. It is a game. The American company is designed to get money. And again, if America is $200 and something trillion in debt, and both of our candidates are looking to put us in more debt, one maybe more than the other, but they're both putting us in debt. One is promising us to give us little trinkets to make us glimmers of hope to go buy your first home or to get that extra $6,000 for that baby you had. You know what that's going to make a lot of people do? Have babies. So shout out to let's give a shout out to all the mothers of 2025 and up who are going to have babies and get that first $6,000 on their check. So again, there's going to be a lot less abortions and stuff out there anyway, probably, because they're going to need that money. So shout out to all you who are going to manipulate the system either way.
And those were his thoughts on what he's been thinking.
Yeah, my thoughts. Anyway.
Harris numbers keep jumping up, y'all.
Of course, how you do this. I told you it's going to be a tight race.
Even though you see a whole bunch of red, it doesn't matter. Like he said, it is them key states, those little blue states that holds volumes.
So again, listen.
It is interesting to see. As you guys just see, a couple of minutes ago, I said she was at, 64? It has jumped up to 81. All night long, these numbers are going to keep going. And I believe somewhere around 11-ish, 12-ish, we should know who the president is.
Yeah, at least by no later than 1 o'clock, maybe.
No, but tanto, that's too far.
Well, listen, again, if the votes are coming in at 10 o'clock, you have to give them time to actually commit the votes. You got paper votes and things of that nature that are coming in. I don't know if everything's computerized.
Are we betting?
No, I'm not betting because either way, it's going to happen by tomorrow. If it's 10 o'clock or it's 12 o'clock, it doesn't really matter. We're going to know, if not by the end of tonight, we will know by early in the morning tomorrow. So, again, shout out to you. This is Election Day. We ran through a few good things, but I think this was the best segment of the best part of our show is talking about the elections and the different views and the different mindsets of it all. And again, I'm not telling anybody to follow my lead. If you do what I do,
please go vote.
If you do what I do, know why you did it. Don't listen to me and then just make those decisions. I have backed reasons and arguments of why I can stand on what I stand on. So at least if you're making any these decisions, make them because you know why you're standing on them and stand on what you stand on. And either way, I guess everybody's hoping and praying that whoever's in there makes it work for them again. Or I don't want to say make America great again because everybody doesn't want to make America great again.
It's going to be make America great again or keep America great. That's the slogan that both parties have been using.
Yeah,
Trump is MAGA
great.
and she's like, let's keep going. Let's keep making America great. It's already great. Like, let's keep, pa'lante, so keep going forward or whatever. However, I'm excited to see because either way, I think America is great. We got some flaws, like everybody has flaws. Shit, I think I'm perfect, but I know I got a lot of flaws. You understand? You laughed at me, bro?
I thought it was polite humor. I didn't think it was something rude or wrong. I just thought it was, good humor. Yeah, but okay, guys, we're out of here. Thank you for popping in, popping out, showing us who you are, showing us that you care. We out of here.
Let's go. As I walk through the valley of shadows of quit with two threes in my tactical. Yeah, I got time today to get back to you. Nothing I wanna do, something I gotta do. IOU, ICU, it's the least I can do. Pick and choose, hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life or death. Choose life or death. Valley of shadows will quit with two threes in my tactical. Yeah, I got time today to get back to you. Nothing I wanna do, something I gotta do. IOU, ICU, it's the least I can do. Pick and choose, hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life or death. Choose life or death. As I walk through the valley of shadows will quit with two threes in my tactical. Yeah, I got time today to get back to you. Nothing I wanna do, something I gotta do. IOU, ICU, it's the least I can do. Pick and choose, hospital, funeral, eulogy, feeding tube. Choose life or death. Choose life or death.